Don't sell me on that bullshit.
I mean, it's this is why me and D were talking about this. I was like, if I didn't join the military, I probably would have been that guy. Guys, I guarantee you, I would have eventually been like district manager of like a Verizon wireless store or some shit. Probably finishing up in my associates at PG Community College. Hating
and
life.
Not even a good one, Chris. You'd be like at a Verizon Select or some shit.
No, I'd probably be like I'd be the manager of that fucking ghetto one in fucking Clinton, probably.
Chris, you'll be I feel for the manager of a Verizon store that was there when it was a singular store. Man. That's the person.
During that transition.
Wait. Didn't Singular become AT&T though?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but that look. I know what you mean. Like I know what you mean, but that store had like two.
No. Oh, you mean the ownership of the store itself, not the company. Okay. Just want to clarify.
But you know what I mean. Come on, you've seen them. Like it was Singular, and all of a sudden it's Verizon, and all of a sudden, at least in my neighborhood, it's a tobacco store. All of a sudden, like it's sort of like that.
Actually, low key, I understand where you're coming from because check this out. I used to my phone used to be AT&T, but then it became T-Mobile, and in both cases, I got my phone from the same location.
My! Just go in there and be like, "Can I get a new SIM card?" Oh man, you were under the old store with the new store.
We had some problems, man.
It's like we want to change your coverage, but you don't have to change your store location.
Like AT&T, what happened?
That's like when Washington Mutual became WAMU and then it became Chase like right after, back to back, bro.
Yo, I knew some military folks that were hurting on that shit.
Dude, over here on the East Coast, we got this little whammy. Wachovia, Wells Fargo. Now it's something totally fucking different.
I got one better.
No. What was it? It was not Chase. It was who was it? Before it was Wachovia. It was somebody else. I forgot. It was like something like something local, like Pennsylvania.
No,
like Pennsylvania or something. I don't know.
Wachovia. Let's see, Wachovia, Chase. It eventually became TD Bank for a hot second.
Man.
Here's one that will show my age. Hey guys, you remember Nations Bank?
Remember when it was?
I do.
I graduated. My first bank account was with Nations Bank, and it flipped over the very next year to Bank of America. And I was like, this is different. This doesn't make any sense. Ever since I was a kid, things were the same. Like, nigga, you were 18. Shut up.
My mom worked at Nations Bank when I was an infant before she transitioned to MCI.
Hey D, real quick, just some house cleaning stuff real quick. Check your mic cord because it's popping every time you talk.
All right, what do you mean popping every time I talk? What's exactly popping?
I hear the pop.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not the only one.
Okay, hold on.
Just adjust the cable.
Now the cable, how's it? I mean, it's like sparkling or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's making a pop sound, and I'm assuming it's from the cable. Just check your connection.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna have to give me like more.
Move it around, wiggle it.
No, hold on, I got this. D, unplug it, then plug it back in.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good old IT move.
That is the equivalent.
And if that doesn't work the shaft.
Works the shaft.
Look, man, that's the order. You got to jimmy it. Then you got to hit it. Then you have to plug and unplug. Then you work the shaft.
To hear from my side, it was like, all right, now do that, and it quiet down. Yeah, work the shaft, work it.
Yeah, I like how every year, once a year, somebody has to remind Fisher Stevens that he did brown face and short circuit. I'm like, how many times are we gonna do this to this guy? This guy is like,
nigga needs to get his ass whooped every single year.
He is going to be reminded of that forever. Hey, Chris, word of advice: never, ever do a con circuit.
That's a man that's going to get punched in the face every single day of his life.
Now I'm coming to Fisher Stevens, and he ain't even going to put up short circuit pictures. It's going to be from hackers. That's it.
It could be pictures of him from hackers. No one will give a fuck. Everyone's going to come at him. Everyone's going to come at Fisher Stevens like, You are the most racist character actor in the history of mankind.
I'm a man of culture. I don't literally have a picture of him from fucking Short Circuit and just be like, "Can you autograph this?"
I'm like, yes. Can you sign this, please?
There's gonna be a lot of dark-skinned niggas from India and Pakistan just pacing outside, waiting to jump his ass.
There are a lot of them in DC, so that you're right.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm like, I will hold up a picture of him. And I will tell him, yes, can you please sign it? But I want you to write a message. I want you to say, to my favorite snake in the glass, Eris.
Can you, Fisher, can you say?
I felt bad. Yo, that 1 year, Eris, that you weren't there, me and D were feeling bad for George Newbern because it's like, first off, this is the guy that voiced Superman.
Don't do that.
Arthur,
don't do that.
But then,
that was year 2, 3 Black Geeks. We were bashful to talk to people.
But the thing, I know, but it was funny in a way because I was sitting back and I was like, this guy did Superman. But it was funny to see the progression of like the following day, he finally put up pictures of Sephiroth, and then he finally got people there. And it's like, yeah, he did voice Sephiroth. And it's like, thank you. He finally got people on his line. But that Friday, woo, that shit was
nigga ain't nobody.
He was looking there alone. He was sitting there next to Casper Van Dien looking lonely as shit, twirling his thumbs.
Casper Van Dien, who I'm pretty sure he called Denise Richards a cunt on the set. I got money he did that.
I don't know, man. After me and Eris is running, I'm pretty sure he was tempted to step foot at the Capitol on January 6th. So
man, look, he looks like he balls his fist every time he hears the word BLM.
What?
That's a man that associates the word terrorism with the NAACP.
I want you to understand something. And Chris, I didn't notice it until I looked back at the footage, and this is probably one of the reasons why I never released it. I looked back at that interview of us when we were getting ready to talk to Casper, right? And if you notice when Chris was on camera standing next to Casper, and then I get on camera next to like on the other side of Casper got real nervous.
Casper Van Dien is the type of man that tells the black women that come on his set, can't you curl your hair down, tomorrow?
Oh my God.
Look, I peep game and I did. I say this all the time. Eris laughed and I tell the story. When he sat there and he was like, "Oh, what's your outlet? 3 Black Geeks." Like, isn't that kind of racist? I looked over at the corner of my eye, Eris. Eris looked at me and just was trying not to laugh. I was like, okay.
I just shook my head. I
was like, nah, Casper is not.
Hey, yo, Casper, your name is Casper. That shit is racist and offensive to me. You want to throw your whiteness at me?
I'm dead serious. No, I'm dead serious. I legit shook my head in disgust. I was like, for real? For real, my dude?
Let me tell you something.
Wait, D, hold up. I was like, nigga, you handed me a fucking Rico t-shirt. Mind you, I did not watch that movie.
Eris is about ready to ball that shirt and throw it off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to put this. I was like, real talk, I'm about to put this bitch in the backwood. You keep fucking around.
Man, look, lesson to children all out there. Never let a white man named Casper make you feel funny about your race.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that was a funny interaction.
Oh God, man, that's like a dude, man. That's like a black.
I'm gonna be honest with you. My family keeps talking shit about me. Am I allowed to say that? Because we're on YouTube and whatnot. Anyways, so my family gives me crap because my skin is very photosensitive. Like, I cannot stress how pale I am. Like, we're talking Siberian ginger vampire.
Bro, hold on. Calm down.
Siberian ginger vampire.
The fact that this guy's name is Casper and he's giving you guys shit about this, it makes me feel more confident about my skin complexion.
Calm down. There's a reason why I call your ass Siberian Alucard, dog. Shut up.
Siberian Alucard.
So let me ask. And again, please take no offense to this. Every time you step out into the sun, do you hear bloody tears?
Yes, I do.
Every time you eat ice, do you go hot? Do you do that?
I had to. First of all, I had to set up. I really had to set up that Castlevania joke. I really did.
Hey, I gotta say something, man. I feel every year Tony Hawk low key feels shocked that black people fuck with him heavy every time he tweets because it's just like
I don't. I think at this point he just expects it, and it's actually how dare you, Tony, just to think you have the blacks in your pocket. Come on,
nah, you know what it was?
You already know what it was because in the very first Tony Hawk Pro Skater, we had a black guy that we could use.
That's what I'm saying. You put a black guy in there, he knows.
It was 4 years ago when Black Twitter was literally talking about race wars and who we would have which white person we have a struggle killing, and somebody put the Nino Brown tier. He's like, when I have to kill Tony Hawk. I was like, yo, Tony Hawk really was like, man, I feel kind of honored here a little bit.
No, Tony said, I understand. No, Tony, I understand. Come on, man, don't say you understand, dude. That's gonna make you.
It's gonna be, I don't know. Hold on, I don't know if anyone watches Boardwalk Empire. It's gonna be like the scene where Chalky White gets murked and he knows he's going to die.
Yes. Oh man,
that was a good one.
Yo, this motherfucker, like, I just like the fact that I just really like the fact that Tony Hawk knows. Tony Hawk knows what he means to the black community. That's like, come on, Chris, just honestly. He knows because that's like Steve Kerr walking on a basketball court and he walks in the 3-point line and everybody like shoot it. That's like Steve going, oh, come on, guys. How do you know? Come on. I don't know. I might make it.
Oh my.
It's like Tony Hawk, like now, you know what? But it's also too. I love how like he's in his 50s and every time somebody's like, "Do the 900," dog, my knees, it ain't happening.
I like how he hit that. That wasn't a 900 he hit. That was a 900.
No, it's like
it wasn't a 900.
Well, recently he hit like a 720. That's why he was like, "Yeah, I can do it." He's like, "I can do a 720. I'm good. I can't do a 900. My knees."
Look, he did down like a good solid 17 times.
Yeah, I remember that video, and I'm like, Tony is going. If had he not had that helmet on, he was dead.
Oh yeah, one of those times he fell hard. I was like, yo, Tony.
That's gonna be Vince Carter at the All-Star game. Somebody hands Vince Carter a ball. Vince, do the infamous dunk. I don't know, man. My knees.
No. Tom Holland at age 50. Tom, do a flip. Steven Seagal at age 90. Steven, try to run.
No.
Oh yeah, Steven Seagal now. Run.
Hey Van Dam, still can you do the splits? I'm already doing them. What are you talking about?
I got a question for you. Since Chris mentioned Tony Hawk was talking about, oh man, I actually feel honored here. Is Tom Cruise invited to the barbecue because he decided to return his Golden Globes?
I don't know. I feel that's
Golden Globes for what?
No, because
NBC decided to nick. He basically decided to show solidarity to NBC because apparently the Golden Globes need to be more inclusive and stuff. And NBC was like, no, we're not going to do it, even though I don't think that's the reason why NBC did that.
No.
I feel that's a ratings grab right there. I'm not giving him credit for nothing.
Tom's a Scientologist that doesn't know he's gay, so I don't trust the word that hops out of his mouth.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is,
I don't even believe in that solidarity thing from those award shows because if you pay attention, you notice there's actually a pattern where they have like 1 year where they have no black presenters or nominees in order to stir up controversy. So then they overwhelmingly present black presenters and nominees, and then the following year after that, they do this 2-year process all over again, so that we get controversy gets ratings, solidarity gets ratings, controversy gets ratings,
back and
solidarity
forth.
gets ratings. Yeah,
it's a ping pong match.
And look, and I like how they did that 1 year. And then they went for like 3 straight years not giving an F about anybody that's brown. And I remember one person's excuse. Well, Viola Davis won. No, what?
Well, it's like old girl, the old girl that directed the old girl that's directed Eternal, the Asian chick that she won for her movie, right? And I'm sitting back and I was like, So I guess this is Asian people's year. All right, cool. So
Yep.
Native Americans next year? Is that what we're going for?
Yeah,
All right, cool.
no. I don't know, man. They kill their whole race off, and they ain't give them nothing. They killed their whole race off and had white people playing in their movies. So I don't think they care anymore.
Hey, Chris, to answer your question, like will Native Americans get it, sir? First of all, there's no telling because it's called throwing shit at a dartboard. And whichever race it lands on it's going to be their year.
Or it might be Hindi, or it might be Hindis next year. Could be Hindis.
I don't think it.
If it's Native Americans, you already know that they're going to cast Lou Diamond Phillips. Let's just keep it 100.
First off, that Filipino motherfucker is gonna. That dude was talking about, we're gonna do a Young Guns revival. I'm like, everybody is bullcrap.
Check this crap out though. You said that Filipino motherfucker. That's gonna be half the damn cast. You need to shut up.
Either that.
There's going to be at least three dudes that are cast as Native Americans, and their last name is going to be like Ananalo. And you're going to be like, yo, wait a minute.
You ain't lying, because
that's very tribal Samoan.
That Magnificent Seven remake and stuff that Fuqua did, I was surprised they actually cast a legit Native American as one of the Magnificent Seven. I was like, oh.
I don't know, man. That dude was awfully Mexican to D.
Look, let's really keep it 100. We all know that they do have a Native American playing in the movie. They're probably gonna find Lightfoot somewhere in LA. Be like, yo,
Lightfoot
come here.
Is chilling.
Or Jonathan Joss.
Lightfoot is one of those guys that in the 90s, I swear to God, that was the only Native American they knew. And it was like, what's Lightfoot doing?
Maurice Green, him and Maurice Green were the only two one they know. Maurice Green was like, look, I gotta play in this one. Okay, fine.
Like I really want to know what Lightfoot's fucking pay for Mortal Kombat Annihilation was to play Nightwolf.
Oh god,
we just reviewed that.
What? Now I have PTSD reviewing that damn movie yesterday. Fuck you, Kabuto.
Hey, we had some fried chicken afterwards though, so we can't.
Fuck you
on my dollar, by the way.
That is not
that's true.
Sorry, that is not a good coping mechanism.
It really isn't.
No. There was this one chicken sandwich joint that opened up. It was actually really good. So, and we got a free sandwich out of it because they fucked up his order.
Hey, there's a bunch of chicken.
Hey, listen. Better you than me. That shit would not work.
Yeah, I mean,
look, I like food, so I don't give a shit.
Hey, listen, everybody was on that Popeye's chicken sandwich thing in this area. Still to this day. And then somebody hit me at work, was like, yo, fuck that Popeye's chicken. There's a place in DC on Bladensburg Road that's way better.
There's a jump around our way. They got these bomb chickens. There's the one over there by the not the courthouse up there. It's by the courthouse up there off of Bladensburg Road.
Unplug your mic and plug it back in again. It's doing it again.
Yeah, it's like right off of it's like right there near Edgewood. I mean Deanwood. I mean not Deanwood. God damn it, about to say Edgewood.
I know
where Peace Crossings is, past over there and stuff. I forgot the name of that neighborhood. God damn it, it's over there near Hyattsville, that Rhode Island area thing of whatever and stuff, whatever that area is over there. That's like Maryland / DC, but it's not really DC. That little nugget over there.
Oh, you mean the half?
I told you I know 3 times. I know exactly what you meant.
You mean the
it's right there by the Jamaican Club, right?
Yeah,
Chris. You mean the half gentrified side?
Yeah, like 2 blocks down from Stadium, basically.
And let me tell you something about that gentrified side. It is a trip because all it is a bunch of Spanish.
Like how D is just staring at the screen like this is bullshit.
My audio is good though, right?
Yeah, you guys are. Everybody's fine. It's just
Eris always hears it with me.
D, I hear it too.
I'm so glad we got guests on this because D, I promise you, on the soul of Abraham Lincoln, I am not fucking with
big problem then.
I don't order.
We have a big problem then because this is my only cord.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to get some twisty ties, some zip ties, or something. Bunch that shit together.
Fucking moving is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yourself out of some box straps.
I didn't say it was you moving. I'm just saying there's something with that cord. It's something with that connection. It's just
you can pull an RDJ or Richard Dean Anderson and just make a new one out of a box of scraps.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I still to this day laugh at Spider-Man Far From Home when they had old boy talking about like flashing back to old dude yelling at him like box of scraps, and his face was just like. And the fact that they showed his face, they turned the camera from a different perspective and see his face of like,
no,
didn't mean it, man.
No, Chris, it was the fact that they had to play that clip again.
No, I did look again. The clip being played again is funny, but I just love how they just again. It's one of those little small things that I like about some of the MCU films when they do it from a different perspective, and how he had the look of utter I know I'm getting fired face when he said that shit.
My man said Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps.
But I love how he raises volume like at that last bit right there.
Yeah.
With a box of scraps.
Man.
I think it's just even more funny that it was Ralphie from A Christmas Story. I'm mad I never caught that until like I looked through the credits and I was like, oh shit, that is Ralphie from A Christmas Story playing the scientist. Damn.
So
Oh my god.
by the way, Chris, this is also for D if he can, if he's listening. From our previous episode, I believe it was the Bloodsport one. From our Bloodsport episode, I am back with new sound effects.
Aha.
I just want to say before we get started, so I was funny enough, I was listening to your Bloodsport review. I just want to say something. Motherfucking Frank Dukes kicked 75. His fastest roundhouse kick was 75 miles per hour per se. I'm sorry. If you're kicking with that much velocity, you shouldn't be fighting. Bitch, you should be in jail. That is instant hell murder.
Yeah, that kick is the legit raging demon.
That's an Omni-Man kick, dog.
Yeah.
Hell no.
How fast was it going again?
75
miles an hour.
Is that even humanly possible?
I don't even think
No, it's not.
unless you're
you
Captain
sneeze,
America.
You sneeze at 90 miles per hour. That makes sense. But kicking at 70 miles per hour, that doesn't make as much sense because you could fatality someone's head off.
I mean,
75 miles.
No, not just
75 miles an hour, and he makes it sound like he had 700 pounds of force behind that kick.
And Kaveh, not just that, not just a fatality, dog. If you get kicked with that much velocity, your blood becomes vapor.
Mm-hmm. Like the top of your neckline would just self catatize from the heat of the impact. It's like there's no putting your head back on. I mean, normally there wouldn't be putting, but let's assume there was a way you could put a prosthetic head on because somehow your brain is somehow in your chest cavity. There's still no putting an artificial head back on.
Yeah, it's literally turned to vapor.
I mean, it felt like, again, I think what we said before is like nobody was fact checking that shit. So it's like, of course you can say that shit. Nobody's gonna be like, hey, is it true? Maybe it is. I don't know.
What I found hilarious when I go back and I watch the credits for that movie, he was the stunt coordinator.
Wow.
Frank Dukes himself was the stunt coordinator, the martial arts choreographer to Van Damme.
You know, I know the audience can't see my reaction, but what?
I mean,
hold up. You said that's your reaction. Hold up, I got you, sir.
Thank you.
I mean, there's oh man, you know what? This is you know what, man? I said it best. This is the reason why I keep my mind off of a lot of stuff that happens out in this world, because like that tweet that I put out about like why do people want DJ Khaled to comment about Palestine and Israel, because all I know about that whole scenario is Israel fucked up, Palestine is getting fucking killed, people in Palestine are getting killed, and it's all just messed up. And somebody was like, why does DJ Khaled not say anything? I'm like, why the fuck would you want that mother?
Who the fuck cares?
Why would you want him to say anything? And look,
did anybody not pay attention? Did anybody not pay attention to what Dave Chappelle said twice? He said this shit twice. Does anyone give a fuck about what Ja Rule thinks?
My tweet blew up, right? And I had majority of people that agree with me. Then I had a lot of people quote tweet me like, it ain't a political issue. People are dying. And I'm like, yeah, but again, just because he's Palestine doesn't mean he has to tweet. You want him to say, oh man, that's terrible. That ain't good. Nobody's like, who cares if he doesn't say anything, guys?
Hey, Chris, people really, 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 and I say this all the time, they really need to be careful for what they wish for, what they ask for, because if they wanted him to say something, I swear the one thing that he can only say one thing, another one.
I mean, it's like, because to me, it's like, it's if he said, "Oh man, that's horrible," people have been like, "That's not enough," and I'm like, "Okay, but you want
Fine,
to say something.
You loyal."
Like, it's like, come on,
I appreciate you.
Here's another issue I have with people demanding people make comments is sometimes when like something bad happens, they need to grieve their own way. Sometimes it means taking a break from using the internet altogether, and it doesn't mean that you don't care. It just means that you need to cope in your own way. People got to deal with it. But unfortunately, we live in an age where people can't deal with that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. But like I said, I didn't care because everybody, it was just funny. One of the quotes, he was like, I don't understand why this is blowing up because it's 100% fucking true. But, I ended up muting it because I was like, I ain't trying to fucking respond to nobody. I'm just going to let y'all learn the lesson. Let this fucking shit blow up. I got some followers off of it. I don't care at this point. It's just true facts. Like, you guys are going to be disappointed every time. Dude, Gal Gadot said something, and I was like, I kind of expected her to say that because, well, she's from Israel, and of course he's going to say some shit. What do you think?
And then, and if you want to listen, if you want to hear anyone talk about it, go to Sami Zayn's Twitter. Sami Zayn's very active on that shit.
Yeah, Sami Zayn, I would expect him to say something because he's active on that shit. So of course he's gonna say something. He's knowledgeable about it. Like, go to him, but don't look at DJ Khaled for that shit. It's like looking to me to talk about Black Lives Matter stuff. It's like, look, only thing you're gonna get out of me is, damn, that's fucked up, and then I'm just gonna keep moving. I guess what more can I say? Like, it's like I can't say anything other than it's fucked up. That's about it. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna write a diatribe and a fucking article about the shit because that's not my lane. It really ain't.
Or an extensive Twitter essay.
I mean, yeah. Nah.
Oh, yeah, like anyone's expecting CJ to put out a twit longer. Fuck out of here.
I don't have the energy for a twit longer, to be honest.
Number one, Chris, you're not a certified blue check yet.
I don't want a blue check because I'm afraid somebody gonna fucking find some bullshit that I tweeted before.
Yeah, like 9 years ago.
Well, I mean, I never said anything out of pocket anyways, but it'll probably be something petty, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, whatever.
I've already said this. If I ever get a blue check and someone tries to fact check me, I said this in one tweet and I'll say it here. I mean every single word I have said on Twitter. Fight me.
I mean, hell, I'm surprised. Fucking.
Did I hear that?
I'm surprised. Fucking. What's his face? Our 3BG tweet ain't blue check, but I'm at the same time. I'm like, I don't really want it.
Yeah, just so people can question you every 5 seconds, Chris.
Nah, that's why I was like, I'm glad we don't have it. So,
Oh my god.
100% of the time, I am glad I don't have a Twitter account. And I just want to remind any fans of Reckless Fox that I'm never getting a Twitter. And if you find if you find a Boken Kawato Twitter account, it's definitely fake. I repeat, any Boken Kawato Twitter accounts are definitely fake.
Oh man, I think it was for the best. It was for the best when D told me, he's like, dude, make your own Twitter, and I was like, this is actually for the best because
No, I keep on telling you because me and Chris don't. Me and Eris don't think like you. No, we don't. Me and Eris openly hate. Yeah, me and Eris openly hate Hillary Clinton. Here's a Chris. Come on, man. Y'all don't have to throw all the pies at it.
Like, I'm for the jokes, but there's certain lines I'm like, guys, chill. Like, I'm for the jokes, cool, but there's a line where it's
no. Look. This is a true story. Come on, guys, chill. Eris. Hey, Eric. Hey, Chris. Bite the dick. Fuck her. Those are the exact words.
You just hold on a second.
So, but no. But I always said that because I don't want, and this just on some real facts.
Hey, people can tell. No,
Chris. I don't want
we stand that anyway. So
no, Chris. Chris, I don't want your words to interfere with us or anything. No, that's just a way of protecting you and us.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Other people. No. I'm talking about the important part. The important part where they try to use words against us, where people try to use, well, you thought this and you thought that. And I don't want it to be something that I said or you said or anybody else said to get everybody in trouble. Because we be the first ones to stand up to it. But, people don't think that way. Because, people is like, well, you all responsible. You should be checking Eris's words every time he says something. Every time you should be there for Dwayne when he's over there, when he's talking the way he does. It is so vile. It is so vile.
Yeah, I mean, I was like I said, at the end of the day, I was glad that DJ Khaled tweet caught wind and I got followers off that shit. I was like, oh, all right. Cool.
I don't know why you don't get excited off a clout like that, dog.
No. I'm not excited. I was just shocked that it was like, oh, people follow me off there. All right, cool.
People, here's the thing that get me with Khaled, though. The whole thing with Khaled, I heard y'all talking about it. The only thing is this: why him?
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's like I get he's Palestinian, but like, no, hell no.
Why him? Why the dude who was a New Orleans DJ? Why do you want to know what he
because
thinks
he has
about
money,
what's
D.
going on over there?
He has money, D. That's why.
And he's light skinned.
And he's Palestinian.
And he's
ergo, he should talk about it. I'm like, wow.
Wait, hold up. Wait, whoa. Stop everything. First of all, hold on. You said something, and I'm about to poke a hole in that logic right there. You said he's light skinned. He fucked up. He's not supposed to respond.
This is true. He is doing light skin tendencies right now.
This is true. Right. This is true. Fox took a whole fucking day to respond to me. So I was like, yo, that's just messed up, dog. That's just messed up. I'm trying to get you on the show.
Actually, you know what? Eris is right because my ass
big-headed yellows. That's big-headed yellow energy right there.
Hey, my light skin energy kind of showed through because I failed to respond to the Tia Ling video. Eris, my bad on that.
I was like,
my bad on that. Sorry.
I'm like CJ.
This is why I'm paying attention.
He was not paying attention. Listen, gentlemen. I set up a very good stop Asian hate joke. Okay.
Look, I saw it and I kind of sort of diverted off into looking through incognito at Tia Ling videos. So my bad. My bad. I'm sorry.
Wow.
All you did was interesting. You know that, Eris.
Once again, Chris, you completely missed the point of that video I sent.
I mean, the video did two things. I mean, I get the joke, but also I was like, hey, what's Tia Ling doing nowadays? I just looked it up.
You deserve the answer that Chris is giving you right now because you knew he was going to give you this answer.
All I wanted was a response. This was not the response I wanted.
There's a reason why I don't unload certain jokes on Chris. Here's me. Nah, it won't be appreciated.
It won't be appreciated.
That's why you gotta choose with Christopher.
Yeah, you have to be very, very. I mean, look. At the end of the day, it went into BAM territory with what I did, so it's all good. It worked.
Listen, that's appreciated.
No, it didn't. No. BAM territory. Chris would have said, "That's nice with this video, but where's her titties?" Then it would be BAM territory.
No, see, I set up the joke. I'm sitting back here, like Chris literally just took my joke and just went with it.
Also, before we start, I love how, and I'm sure this was a black person that did this shit, that modded Lady Demetriushu looking like a fucking fat ass Nicki Minaj fucking shit with the mod and stuff. I was like, of course it had to be a black person because nobody had her with the fucking see-through shit with the Nicki Minaj body in the fucking Resident Evil Village mod. I was like, of course. Why?
Ain't nobody thinking about that giant bitch that only shows up in 1% of the game.
Hey, I've not played it yet.
I mean, hey, look, she's
that's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know.
She's 25% of the game, which is still pretty good. So
I'm like, yeah, shit, Titan. Why y'all like here's my only thing. I get the jokes. I'm all for the memes. But at the same time, I'm like, my niggas are a little bit too thirsty.
Hey, look, man. Hey, let these guys love them some tall women. Tall women.
No, it ain't got nothing to do about tall women. It's got to do about dudes one day face crush. But yet we got some prime big girls that would do it. They go, ugh. So,
but then again, there are some women. But then again, some of the women have been responding like, I don't know why you guys fucking pining over her. She looked like she musty anyway. I was like, God damn, lady, fuck.
They all look musty. What are you talking about? We all saw that.
Also, before, because I know he's gonna say it. Yes, Kabata, we know you don't like. I know you don't like Lady Dimitri. You're a Bayonetta stan. I understand, but Bayo 3 is not coming out yet, so chill.
Fatality.
Look, man. All I'm gonna say is, Lust from Full Metal Alchemist. There you go.
Yep.
I mean,
Lust
I
for
agree.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
For me, it's
Look.
weird that I'm the only person that I've ever seen online ever mentioning how she's similar to Lust. Maybe
She
you
really
guys have
is.
and I didn't catch it, but
The
claw hand.
fingers give it away. The fingers give it away.
the fingers exactly.
you know what? Every once in a while, I want to fight somebody, and I've never wanted to fight somebody more than this motherfucker that sat there and said more black children were in 2-parent households in slavery than today. And I was like, nigga, did you?
Wait, what?
Excuse me.
What?
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
My man said more black children were in 2-parent households in slavery than today. No one ever talks about this. I have never wanted to fight the air so bad when I saw that. I was like,
Wait,
There's
who
not
said
one-
this? Kanye?
this is a black dude saying this.
Nah,
And I
you
was
know
like,
that, this comes from that section of hoteps who don't. I mean, or a lot of them don't make a lot of sense, but they just bring up stats that never existed. I mean, never existed. And
this is a
and
stat?
whatever stat that they bring out is always feeding their paranoia wherever it may be. So in this case, there's not enough black men in the homes. In other words, this dude, woman, whoever made it, didn't grow up in a home with a father there. So that's their whole deal. That there are people not living in homes where there's a mother and a father. This is where I get offended. There's a lot of homes like that. Yes, some of them are not married. There's a lot of people that been boyfriend and girlfriend for the last 15 years, but they got like 6 kids. They got like 3 or 5 kids together. That crap happens. Families change. There are more dads, black dads, than there ever were in history in the United States, and yet they don't know who their daddy is. They know who their daddy is.
Not as many fathers, but there's definitely more daddies.
I mean, look, I feel fortunate every day. I feel fortunate living in PG County my whole life and seeing nothing but black dads every fucking where in this goddamn county. So it's like, yeah, that's kind of false here, guys. I know I'm living in the bubble of PG County, but
the weirdest thing was when I went to God damn, I hate this lighting right now. The weirdest thing I got was when I went, like I said, when I first took my kid to school for the first time, and I'm noticing all these dads, and I said to myself, these niggas are gonna be here next year. Oh my God, they're all here next year. Then the next year after that, there's more dads. Hey man, we got a little group. Now, let me show you how the dynamic changed. We're all the dads that are either A, stoners, B, we done lost our job like a year ago, or C, he always been on the couch.
I told you this before that we all of us, and I'm gonna include the Scrub Plug Gaming guys in this, we're gonna be in our 60s, and we're not gonna be the dudes on the block. We're gonna be a dudes like, hey guys, back in my day, we balled up and we played Street Fighter to show how tough we were. All right. Now get on the sticks, young nigga. That's gonna be us. That's gonna be us at some point.
Like these little kids are already learning right now, and I love it that you just can't say the word Tekken and think, oh, I know how to play. No, you don't, nigga. No, you don't. Come in here with some. Come in here with some. Like I like how 2K, Madden, and fighting games are all still in the black community as a measuring stick for men. I love that. Get on. Nah, you good in basketball? Play 2K. Sit down. Don't pick the Warriors. You better not pick the Warriors.
Oh, the funniest shit ever was BlurCon when they had the fucking Super Turbo Cab. Eris was DJing next to the Super Turbo Cab, and I saw a bunch of older black dudes on that cab. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Man, you missed it. I don't think Hilton told you, man, with all them old heads for teaching the little kids how to play NBA Jam. Jam, that was funny. My kids love it. They love NBA Jam. So they was playing with grown ass men.
It's even more funny at a fucking MagFest when the NBA Jam cabinet fucking gets filled up and you roll up there at midnight and everybody fucking drunk and twisted be like, we're gonna play some NBA Jam. I was like, oh shit, here we go.
Man. You know what sucks though? Oh man, all those people that ran that card like abused every employee.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right.
All right, let's
right.
start this.
All right.
It's
So
time.
let us
It's
start
time.
with the show.
time.
Hola, Trumpito. Trumpito.
It has begun.
Action Trump.
Action Trump.
Action
Look
Trump.
at that.
He is back. This time, he's not only the law, he's going to stop everything that tries to be above the law.
Put this in there,
Starring Donald Trump as Action Trump.
Actually, I like to call him Russian Kanye.
All right.
He is Russian Kanye. That is a good parallel, too.
because Steve Seagal is Vladimir Putin's version of Kanye.
So before we start, I'm gonna
Yes,
let
he is.
Reckless take over and introduce him and his gang for this
Mhm.
podcast. So
Yo.
go ahead, sir. Go
What the
ahead.
fuck is up, people? I am Reckless Fox from the Scroll Game Podcast, and you guys probably remember me from the Glimmer Man for Action Trump last year. And right now, I got 3/5 of my horsemen of the
Yes,
apocalypse. I got Broken Kabuto, my token white boy, and I got Alec Indicate, our very own Auntie Slayer. So if you're an auntie looking for some happy nights, call my boy Alec Indicate. There you go. But guys, we are the Scroll Game Podcast, and we are here, and we are honored to be on Three Black Geeks Podcast, and I'm going to let them talk. So go ahead, talk.
On video and not
Real
Skype,
quick,
because we have grown.
Yeah, hey, yo, Allo, you want to say something, nigga?
What? Bitch? I was waiting for the webcam to come on. No, wait. Oh, hold on. I was told to get on at 4, right? And I was watching the movie in the meantime. This shit didn't start till like an hour, 30 minutes later. What kind of shit is this?
That's what we like to call CP time, sir. You have to get used to
It's
that.
called CP time.
I would love to know that.
Hey Fox,
What's
your boy who happens to be the Auntie Slayer. You can. I just need to introduce myself, like homeboy from Full Metal Alchemist. We are respecting each other with that, like with the flexing muscles handshake.
Also, it looks like you're on a radio station, so I respect that setup, sir. I'm thinking you got your own radio station set up here or what? Because that looks pretty professional. I don't know why. It just looks that way a little bit.
I feel like there's shade coming somewhere. I don't know.
No. That's not shade.
I'm not sure.
That looks like very professional. I'm just like, you got all the pictures up there like it's a radio station. Like, this is actually pretty good. I was like, I feel jealous a little bit because I need.
Hey, Allo, that means whip your dick out right now. So this.
Hey, yo, I already did that in the podcast one time, though. Do I?
Yeah.
YouTube would be like, oh, nudity, get this fucking damn channel out of here.
No, and also YouTube. Wait. They ain't used a song yet.
Dude, ever since the advent of the content ID system, YouTube, every time we put a song up, they're like, ho there, buddy.
I like it.
What are you doing?
I like it because the copyright thing will go off. I'm like, who used this song? You click on it, it's just some dude rapping. I'm like, this is not even your song. How do you have a copyright on this?
Hey, I knew the day the Geechee got. I knew the day the Geechee came. I knew the day of the Geechee came when I streamed Lego Star Wars and Disney came for our ass. I was like, oh shit! All right,
yeah, I love
that
it.
shit.
I love
I uploaded my
WB.
Twitch streams of the game Memory of Heroes onto my YouTube, and then the
Toy
music
came
company,
for that ass.
like they cited a 55-second clip of the gameplay footage saying, oh, you can't monetize this video because of these 55 seconds. And I look at those 55 seconds, I'm like, what's even happening here? All we see is the main character walking through a desert. It's not even a cutscene.
That's because that's Toei coming for that ass, Kabuto. That's
I love it. I love the day that Toho came for us because this is the day that me and Eris knew that you can't just put up Godzilla crap because we did something where we were riffing. We was riffing on Godzilla versus King Kong. Very, very funny stuff. We'll never see the light of day. Why? Because YouTube, I mean, lightning speed, before this was even a thing, showed up like, yeah, so Toho said, run them that money. Oh, you ain't got it. Take the shit down now. Now, your page comes down with it.
It was the Godzilla dive kick that Eris put up, and I was like, oh.
So essentially, it was a Virgil Judgment cut right before it even freaking hit YouTube, huh?
It was great.
Yes, it was.
Speaking of judgment cuts,
I remember the good old days
on
back
the
when
level. I'm sorry, I was gonna say, but yet on the level on some dumb shit that gets axed, but our King of Fighters riff is still alive to this day.
We're
Still
monetizing that
alive,
shit.
never got still alive. We monetize it. I am waiting for the day. Who even owns that movie?
That's because you have the entire country, the entire Central American government siding with you guys. As King of Fighters, we all know Mexico loves King of Fighters. Just saying.
Apparently,
That's very true.
apparently the Mexican government owns that fucking movie because they don't care. They're like, all right, whatever.
Cartel's like, let it go. That's why
I
they had.
remember the good old days of YouTube where the only reason I even found out YouTube existed was because I found out that Full Metal Alchemist had a movie and I had to find a way to watch it. And they're like, hey, have you heard of this website called YouTube?
Oh, remember those days?
2005 YouTube when you could watch all of Daft Punk's Interstellar 555 all on there. It was great.
Okay, my first season of Super Sentai, Bokenger, I've watched the entirety of it on YouTube.
Toho did not give a fuck.
I will never forget the day I sat and like binged like almost all of John Claude Van Damme's movies, all on YouTube, all in stellar 400p. I don't know.
480p? 480p?
No. This is the first
High
version.
High quality.
High quality.
Speaking of which, so
Boy,
above the law,
that was a fun time, wasn't it?
the Wild Wild West, like Steven Seagal's first movie, Above the Law. Yes, this is Steven Seagal's very first movie where, number one, clearly this is when Steven Seagal was in shape, and he was clearly
this is
on
what
top of his game.
Yeah, this movie is what I call Action Trump's version of Art of the Deal. Remember, in Art of the Deal, that's when everybody believed the bullshit of Donald Trump. In this movie, you kind of believe some of this crap from him. Some of it, I'm not saying all of it. I'm not saying all of it. The keto, for the most part. You know what kills it? The second this dude starts speaking Japanese. I feel like this Japanese that he used in this movie was like so pointless. Like, I just like Eris, you lived in the country, sir. You lived in the country, Eris. Was he speaking actual Japanese or was it like white man Japanese?
Well, it wasn't. In the words of Glenn Quagmire, he was not using phonetically used Japanese. But however, I'm not going to give him too much credit. I will say a part of it was slightly ADR Japanese.
Man.
I could be wrong, but the way he was using it, I'm like, yeah, there are times when I'm like randomly walking around like different parts of Tokyo, and I would hear Japanese being expressed like just from conversations, and it literally just sounds like bleh, all in one shot. You know what I mean? It's like I'll pick up on one word, and I'm like, I think I heard the word donut, but I'm not sure. I could be very wrong.
It's like something donut.
Something donut. Something cream filled.
Something complete.
It's like
I love the complete part. I don't know why.
That was literally me and my brother. We heard like my brother is way better at me in Spanish than I am, and I took more Spanish classes than him. Go figure. But like we heard them speaking, and I was like, I hear some of it. And he's like, yeah, I know what they're talking about. They're talking about they need to go out to Home Depot and get blah blah blah. And at first, I thought he was just fucking with me because he mentioned Home Depot. And he's like, no, they actually are going to Home Depot. I was like, okay. I was like, all right.
It's funny for me watching the John Wick trilogy and finding that Keanu Reeves speaks Russian better than half of the Russian. Actually, almost all of the Russian characters in the entire trilogy. Keanu Reeves is one of the only two characters who speaks fluent Russian, and I'm like,
this is where I have to roast real quick, Kabuto. I know that he is your.
Yeah, I know. He's my Piccolo. I get it.
He's your Piccolo. Okay.
Wait. What? Like I can imagine Keanu Reeves doing like woo woo and he gets a magical gi put on him. I can imagine that happening. Why is he Piccolo?
Because Keanu Reeves does not know that he adopted Kabuto back in 1990 and he's still 1995 And Kabuto here is still trying to say, "Notice me, senpai," or no, "Notice me, dad."
Notice me, daddy.
Notice me.
Notice you, daddy. This is what you do. You take your shirt off, write that on your titties, and like squeeze them together when you come.
No, I gotta say this. So, hey, you know what? That's a good transition, D. I gotta ask all you guys this. So,
What's up?
were you at all shocked? Now, granted, this was like early Sharon Stone. Obviously, this is before
Yes,
basic
I'm
instinct
shocked
and all
too.
that, right?
Aries. I already know the question. I'm shocked too.
Before Basic Instinct and all that stuff, right?
I'm just saying. I'm shocked.
laughing.
Twin stayed in there too. Yes.
I'm laughing at just how little she does in this movie. compared to what she did in Police Academy, compared to what she did in fucking Action Jackson. I was like, wow, she didn't do
At least
shit
we got
in this
the
movie.
Sharon Stone, what I call frantic white woman. At least we got that from her. Get out! Don't stop it!
Look, man, all I saw Sharon Stone do in the entire movie was just one time say, "No, we're in danger. You should stop while you're ahead," which means that she does less for the main character than Adrian from Rocky.
Man,
Damn.
bruh.
She does nothing. She's there for what type of moral support? What is he there? It's like when he actually has a moment with her and she's like, no, don't do it. He just says, and then he walks off. So it's like,
Well, he did say
there.
he did say in bed, honey, I'm gonna be very transparent with you. I'm gonna tell you, put it all out there, and said nothing afterwards. I'm like, so I didn't really tell her anything.
No, but see, this is why compared to her in this movie, Adrian's a lot more supportive because at least Adrian tells Rocky not to go to the fight, but at least when he goes to the fight, she actually shows up at the end like, Rocky, I love you.
Well, and also told Rocky to nut the fuck up. I was like, wow.
Also, she was there to tell her, hey, look, that black dude named Clubber is gonna put number 1 and number 2 all over you. You can't win. What do you think of? I'm scared. I'm scared. You want to bring me?
But I had to go to Eris. I gotta go to Eris though. Sharon Stone, what was your thoughts throughout this movie? Just seeing her in the film. He's disappointed.
I like that. There was a pause because Eris realized he got a question called.
It's the Eric Bischoff. It's the Eric Bischoff face palm. Like, oh, where do I begin?
Where did I begin with this effort?
About a good hour into this movie, I forgot that was even Sharon Stone.
Man,
hold on. And then when I found out it was Sharon Stone, my mind I was like, wait, what?
Look, I completely forgot about the plots of this movie an hour in. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I have to repeatedly remind myself what the plot was.
Dude, like Sharon Stone enters the screen. I'm like, oh, like she's gonna do something. She's bringing in the kid, and oh wait, she's acting. Oh, damn.
Yo, the thing with Sharon gets me, like I said, that's all she like. And hold on, this is the best part. I like. Remember when the CIA came over there and and then he was like, "No, don't do it." And all of a sudden, you see Steven Seagal's ball show, like, "No, I said to go." Like, wait, so she lives with them? Like, this would be good information to tell the audience.
But they're Italian. And the moms always live with the families. You see, because Italian.
I'm sorry, reckless. Don't you mean? Don't be pointing at me, nigga. Come on now. Jesus, man. Get it right.
Jesus Christ, man. You know what, man? I told you, Steve.
No, and before anybody says it, no, this is not racist. You want me to make it racist? Okay. Prego. All right, now
we have lost all 2 of our Italian listeners right now.
Oh, you know what they said too. It's like different fall in this fucking.
No. You guys said it wrong. It's ho. There you go.
It's like D. Why you have a red dot on your forehead? Oh shit! They found us.
Oh shit, man. Oh shit. And No, because they ain't shit. Oh damn, the Olive Garden mafia.
You have 24 hours to make this right,
Olive-
and to show that we're serious, you have 12 hours to make this shit right.
Or you sleeping with the fishes.
Like, here's me. They don't mean that. I open up my door. I'm screaming like, "What's wrong?" There's so many broken breadsticks in here. They fucking mean it. They ain't playing around, honey.
Also, I'm supposed to believe Steven Seagal's wispy ass is Italian. I'm sorry.
So is he? See, the joke I always put in the beginning of all the episodes of Steven Seagal is Peter off of Family Guy saying, "Well, you look Asian. Your last name might be Jewish. You might be Native American. What are you?"
Also, I like
that.
Also, just to point out here to show our age and stuff, I just like how the movie was literally low key, like shitting on the CIA being ain't shit during the 80s. You know, the crack era, guys. And Steven Seagal, so self-righteous.
For me, like every other scene of this movie made me think, I could be watching 23 Bridges right now. What am I doing not watching 23 Bridges instead of this movie?
Wait, let me
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta review it with the three black geeks. That's right.
Yo,
trash.
I mean, I'm supposed to be this guy. Steven Seagal is supposed to be the guy to whistleblow. Like, see, we did fucked up shit in the CIA, and I'm like, way to go, guys! I mean, it didn't stop the crack. The crack from coming in the 80s, but whatever.
Even when he walked off in Cambodia, I'm like, is this where X-Men Origins got that subplot from? Like,
it really did.
Yeah,
it feels
You
like
really had to bring up Origins, huh? You really had to bring that fucking movie up.
No. Let's bring up
Life of one bad film for another.
Let's bring up how you walked off, because it was like, just keep going, nigga. I'm out of here, man. I can't do it no more. And just lightly jogged off into the Cambodian jungle. And I'm like, see, okay, we're in Chicago now. Okay.
How did you get home?
Meanwhile,
there was so many questions after that.
Meanwhile,
it was I'm done. Like, I'm out. I'm through. And then time skipped to 1988 Chicago.
Meanwhile,
christening a baby that clearly isn't in Steven Seagal's. I'm not saying that he's not saying that Steven Seagal is ugly. I'm done.
I just have a question. No, I just have a question for like Fox, hello, Boken. I just got a question for you guys. During the christening of their child, were you like me? And you were hoping that the 5 families were all gonna get assassinated in the midst of the christening, or am I just thinking? Or I'm sorry, or am I just thinking of a better movie?
No, you're thinking about what happens later in the movie.
It's funny you mentioned the 5 families
because the energy was high.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned the christening and the 5 families, because I swear to God, some of those Sicilian dudes from the christening, I'm like, haven't I seen those guys from The Godfather? So I'm thinking, wait, here's what I think actually happened. Coppola was filming Godfather Part 1. Seagal accidentally walked on set, and someone else just happens to capture footage of that. And they're like, well, we got to make money off of all the footage we got. So let's make a Steven Seagal movie around these accidental takes of him walking into the set of Godfather.
I have one better. I was not thinking that, because the entire time I'm thinking, motherfucker, you have receding hairline in the 80s too?
I mean, look. Let's be real about this. I'm just, he walks out of Cambodia. You got to realize, immediately afterwards, that's when they were smuggling them drugs from their drug war in Nicaragua. So,
in Nicaragua, it's always like I love like in every 80s movie, it always goes back to the jungle. What happened in the jungle, whether it be Cambodia, Nicaragua, or in that really special case, Thailand. You know what I mean?
But that's what it was, though. It was like the CIA literally was doing those kind of fucking op shit in order to funnel drugs in here in the United States and shit. And it's just like, so let me get this right. They picked this guy who, again, this feels like a gentrifier's wet dream. He's like, yes, I went to China, I went to Japan, and I picked up on the arts of Akido. and he somehow became a grandmaster of a dojo. And I'm like, really, dude? Like,
yes.
all right.
Steven Seagal is one of the few what I call Asian cosplayers that were very successful at what he did. Unlike Frank Dukes, who quit the first class.
At least Steven Seagal did the work.
Finished it.
See, to Chuck Norris's credit, when he went to Korea and learned Tang Soo Do, at least he came back to the U.S. before starting the dojo.
At least
Steven Seagal did the work.
Look, we talk trash about Action Trump all the time, but let's just be honest, and it's true. There is data on that dude being nice with the Akido hands. At least that is said. At least it is written down. So
at least we know.
I still don't know how. Looking at this being Seagal's first big movie, I still don't know how he became a star. Because just real talk, he's kind of uninteresting.
But let's be real too. Let's be real too. There's a reason why Frank Dukes probably never talked shit to Seagal, because Seagal will probably broke his ass off big time too. You already know it.
Yup. But let's talk about the one thing that I want to talk about, and that is the one character who also headlined this, motherfucking Pam Grier. Can we talk about Pam Grier real quick?
Like how those white dudes at that christening cookout was like, I would love to get with her, and I'm like, she ain't staring at your old balls, dog. It ain't happening.
Nah.
I'm just mad that Pam Grier had to not only give me a heart attack by getting shot in this.
Thank you.
And the first thing I said, because like I said, it's been years since I watched this movie. Shut up, Eris. It's been years.
No, D. See, hold on. See, so I'm sorry, but you caught me in the
act. I just heard the gong.
D. Listen, what all I was going to say was, I agree with you. That scene had me fucked up. That she took a shotgun that close range, rolls down the stairs, and pretty much gets left for dead. And I'm like, yo, the disrespect. I'm gonna need everybody to press F in the chat to pay your respects.
I mean, yeah, really, bro. Like I thought she was going. I was thinking about her. Yo, Seagal, this was today. There'll be so many blogs. Seagal had to let a black woman get shot so he can win.
Did you love the sad montage of him crying and looking at old stock 70s blaxploitation photos of Pam Grier?
And he was actually crying. He was actually crying compared to Glimmer Man that we reviewed last year. You actually saw this nigga shed the Native American tear.
But see, when you're starting off acting, that was Steven Seagal. He was like, I gotta show my acting chops in order to get. He has to show something.
Let me tell you something. He showed more emotion in that one shot than he did of all of that scene of watching his wife get murdered in Outfit.
Yeah. Oh.
In future movie.
Secret side plot.
It's like my wife got murdered. Damn.
But
shame.
no, man.
No, it wasn't my wife got murdered. Thank you, Boken. It wasn't my wife got murdered. Like, it wasn't my wife getting murdered. Oh, moving on. It was no.
It's like it's like Vegeta when Beerus like a bitch slaps a Bulma. It's like, my wife.
It still don't beat the best thing in any Trumpito movie. Oh, they kill my wife. Mark for Death may have one of the most unnecessarily, unintentionally funny things I have ever seen in my life.
On top of Steven Seagal with that fucking, I grew a fucking big ass fucking goatee that is clearly a fucking like, I put it on off screen.
Also, with Keith David making the usual Keith David stun face. You know this one.
Hey! If you
Keith David makes that face in every single movie.
Hey, look! If you can get that out of Keith David, shout out to John Carpenter and They Live. You're doing good. You're doing excellent.
You're good. It's like, wait a minute. So they did good on Mark for Death. Mark for Death is actually a pretty good movie. I ain't gonna say.
Jamaican shitty Jamaican accents aside,
two niggas from Barbados doing their best Jamaican accent.
This is why I told folks, I was like, you can make fun of Luke Cage season 2. I'm like, you guys haven't watched Mark for Death. Don't say
not at all.
Luke Cage, you can't fight him. I'm like, that's actually a step
on.
Look,
I'm gonna tell you this way. I'm gonna tell you this: at least that nigga do capoeira.
Mariah Stokes.
but D, no, I was up there with you. I was like, so Pam Grier has 8 days, and let's go. When
I mean,
Hey, she's the only minority hire too, because I didn't see that.
And she was supposed to say, "Look, I'm
other
supposed
than
to
the
be a
two black
judge.
guys
Oh,
on
she
the
gonna be a DA." I'm like, "Oh, she did."
Other than the 2 black dudes who clearly vote Republican that were part of the CIA covering up that shit. My man was smoking that cigar in front of the cigar, like, see, what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna bother our client over here.
Fuck that. I thought this nigga was at any time was gonna say, "Now you get me Nino Brown." I thought he was gonna do that
I was
at
gonna say
any
the same
time.
thing.
Isn't that the same dude though?
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes.
That is Tamalusi. You know the dude with the African name that we always butcher. That dude. Rusala. Is that how you say Rusalala?
I gotta look this up. Hold up.
You know what I'm talking about, Chris. We
I know
see,
what you're talking about.
and matter of fact, we're gonna do. Matter of fact, I'm actually thinking about doing a movie that he did called Cool Breeze. I'm thinking that we should do that. It's Pam. It got all the stars in that joint. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking about that one.
I have to point out this random fact. You have to pause it and see it. Shout out to John C. Riley playing a random bar patron when Seagal rolls up in there.
I got one better for you. Shouts to Michael Rooker playing a random bar guy.
I had to go back and see John C.
Not being racist, not being racist, but kind of sort of being racist.
Hey Chris, chill. There wasn't a mic on him. Chill.
All right.
No. Michael Rooker looked like he was loaded up to say something. Fucking Irish. Something, you know.
Yo, Pam Grier rolled up in there with Steven Seagal, be like, "Oh, check out this jigaboo over here."
Like, well, no, hold on. Remember, he's and this one. Oh, look at the guinea. There you go.
Yo, that's Michael Rooker.
Wait. First, no. See, y'all going too extreme with Michael Rooker. He would have kept it real simple. Look at this. There's a pair of Democrats walking in here.
Man.
Wow. Looks like somebody. Hold on. What year is it? 88? Looks like somebody voted for Jimmy Carter.
Reaganomics, bitch.
So you really thought Dukakis was going to take over this country, did you?
I recently rewatched Days of Thunder. Michael Rooker's pretty good in that.
I'm
surprised. I'm surprised he didn't say. I am really surprised he didn't say the N word at any point.
Me and Chris, when we did that for Working Time Sports Show, we said the exact same thing. He said nigga once. He just didn't record it.
Yeah.
I mean, but I just like how Steven rolls into that clearly Italian bar, and the bar patron is like, "Hey man, don't mess up my bar." And I'm like, "Come on, dog. When you say that, you know your bar's gonna get fucked up, right?"
First of all, you instigated that shit to begin with.
You had this coming, bro. You had this coming. See, I wasn't
my bar. Hey.
And I like how in every movie Seagal has to be a problem solver. So the only reason why he was there was to save some random woman's daughter. Mind you, I don't think we see her in the rest of the movie.
You mean not Rosie Perez? Yeah.
Listen,
I'm sorry, cousin Eris. He's Italian in this movie. That girl was clearly Puerto Rican. What are you telling me?
We know this, D. But again, that is his cousin in the movie. She clearly stated it that is my cousin.
She's on the. I like how she's just sitting up there crying like she's on the drugs. You gotta help her, and I'm like, wow.
And Seagal being the best counselor ever. Hey, don't cry.
I'm kidding.
It's gonna be all right. You hear that voice. It's just so calming. It's just so reassuring.
No, but dude, that was literally just like, you know what? I gotta be real. It's like any 80s movie during the drug epidemic and stuff. She's on the crack. You gotta help her. You gotta help him. Oh my god! And I'm like, there's a lot of drugs on the dresser.
The best thing that killed me, like, hey, you want to get high? You want to get high? He slams his head on the glass, like, start making him sniff it, and throws it against, like, yeah. He pushes him against the wall. Hey, he's high on, like.
I feel like Steven Seagal in this movie was retroactive. I feel like Steven Seagal in this movie was retroactively trying to be Denzel Washington from Equalizer 2.
Yo, I thought the guy was gonna.
Ain't good for nobody.
I thought my man was gonna OD on crack as he's interrogating him. I'm like, so Seagal, you kind of bloodied his nose, and he got like fucking powder up his nose too. So you might want to
that's
ease
what I'm
up.
saying. Not want to ease up. He's hitting them on like, dude, he's on coke. He doesn't feel nothing. You remember when Joker said, "You don't want to start with the head because everything after that." Boom. See, I didn't feel that, bro.
You gotta understand that he's still holding on to all of that anger and frustration. Dating all the way back to Vietnam when he had to watch a younger Joe Biden torture a man to death.
I hate you, but you're right.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is talking about one of my favorite character actors, the great and still alive, and this nigga is 92 years old, Henry Silva. Henry Silva was one of the best character actors between 1970 and until about the mid 90s, and around that time he retired.
He was in
everything.
He is in the Black Weeb anthem of a movie, Ghost Dog. So
yes.
He is in Ghost Dog as the lead mobster that Ghost Dog is trying to hunt down.
He's in one of my favorite. He's in one of my favorite MST3K movies. I think it was called like Escape from New York or something. It was like Escape from New York, but it was an Italian knockoff, and he was the villain in that movie. And clearly Henry Silva was getting paid a whole lot of money to be in that Italian movie.
Sisu, I was going to say that Nelson was Joe Biden, but you're right. I thought Nelson was Joe Biden for a minute.
Nah. Henry Silva got the little neckline, that little tight neckline that Joe Biden got.
But real quick,
and then when he reappears in the movie as the movie's main villain, he was rocking the 2009 Joe Biden cut.
Man,
yeah. Or as I like to say, what is that you're using in your hair? What type of
some slip back hair there, buddy?
Silva was also
go ahead. He pulled. That's what I call pull up behind a 17-year-old. Strawberries. The youth.
Hey, my man.
I didn't say that Joe Biden. I did not say that he touched young women or nothing.
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm very sorry, sir. You went there. I have to play this.
Fine as a kilo.
It kind of jives with the scene where he was like, "Where's your uniform? You sitting up there doing drugs with a 15-year-old. What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, it was the 80s, man. It was kind of legal.
Also, here's me. We're not going to see none of y'all in the rest of this movie, are we?
No, we're not. We're not.
But no, Silva was also one of my favorite movies growing up, and that was Dick Tracy.
Yes, he was.
Who was he in Dick Tracy?
Wrinkle face. He was the wrinkle face. That guy. Which I'm sitting there like, did you really need prosthetics for him at that point?
Henry Silva, that's fucked up. See, that's messed up. He wasn't. Warren Beatty got all the prosthetics in that movie.
I like to say for the record, as much as that's my favorite movie, that is he could never get that shit made now. The budget, if you look at the backstory of Dick Tracy, he spent a lot of money on it's a high concept movie. It is so high concept.
It's one of those movies where even back then, hey, chill on this budget, bro. I know we talked about this ad nauseum on 3 Black Geeks. Yes, there's still possibility to make these movies where there's a lot of prosthetics and all the rest of that. Did you have any idea the money that's going to have to be put behind that?
Netflix will throw money at it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you should, but you see all the great effects that happen are a combination of CGI and practical effects. So you just can't do one all the way no more. I think that's just not going to be, because you make all CGI, what we always say, it looks like shit, right? It always looks like shit when it's just CGI. When you bring in the practical effects, it's when you bring in actual smoke. It's when you actually have your actors, take a bump.
Like something Planet Rising, that show. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, so this guy is doing crack with a 15-year-old, and I like how she's the typical teenager that's like, you don't tell me what to do, Dad. I was waiting for her to say, I sucked his dick, Dad. You ain't gonna tell me. I'm like, whoa.
But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna tell on me? You gonna tell him now? I'm gonna escort you off the movie, and nobody's gonna ever see you again.
Well, he told Pam Grier to like take her home, and I'm like, how did he know she made it home though?
It was Pam Grier.
Pam Grier, dog. Come on, that's coffee, man. She probably more than like she punched that chick in the mouth.
Punched her in the fucking
That black woman, that came
Oh yeah, he ain't gonna talk to me that way.
No. All that little trifling mess you doing, girl, you high.
And also,
take your ass home.
When I was watching the movie, like I don't know if it's because of a glare, but like her skin tone looked a little too light for her to use a certain word with the long Y.
I mean, hey, for a second though, I was thinking we might have a Vasquez from Aliens situation where I thought, look, it's funny that people now realize that she's actually a white person in brown that was in brown face, but at the time people thought she was Hispanic. And she rode that shit for a longest damn time.
We were just talking about on during the war about our boy Fisher Stevens, man. So come on now, man. It's amazing the browning that happened in Hollywood at that time, man.
Yeah. So the whole movie. So they're trying to figure out where the drugs are coming in at and stuff, and how it's tying into, like, I guess the whole situation at the beginning with the Italian mob and stuff. And they're doing a bust, and per usual of these films, there's always that one cop that fucks it up and stuff on the bus. Like, they went in too early. Fuck. All right, I guess we gotta go in and we get our action scene. And it's like the most funniest shit ever, where Steven literally punches the fucking side of a window during the car chase. And I'm like, is that possible to do that? I don't know.
Come on, man.
I'm starting to get flashbacks of the movie Hannibal. like at the beginning of the film, it's like okay, we gotta catch this woman who's a drug lord in Central America. Be careful, she's confirmed to have AIDS, so don't let her spit on you. And then this one guy goes in gun first before like everyone gets the go ahead, and he's the one guy who gets killed. I'm like, y'all lucky you're the only one who got killed.
The fact that they sat there, they're sitting up there in the meatpacking uniforms, and I'm like, y'all guys looking very obvious like cops, but okay, sure, fine, whatever. Like,
no. See, Chris, they will disagree with you. They would all be high-fiving themselves, going, "This is the best cover we've done ever."
No. That's the second best cover. The best cover is just putting on a hat sideways and a T-shirt that says "Rock Band" and be like, "Hello, young people."
Hey, where's all the drugs? Who has the marijuana? Where's the marijuana at?
Where can I get some of that marijuana and the heroin?
Does anyone know where I can find the local drug of this neighborhood?
Like, because I like how one of the guys that was supposed to be doing the bust, I was waiting. If they actually did go through, it'd probably be that one guy that would really enunciate his Italian, like, "Hey, what's going on, paisanos?" And I'm like, wow, man, you're really kind of showing yourself here. Like, ease up a little bit. Just ease up.
Or be like Peter Griffin when he sneaks into Meg's school. It's like, does anyone have any drugs? I'm looking to score some drugs.
But no, they like when they get into the car chase and stuff, he dives onto top of the car and they're shooting on top of the car. And I'm like, how are you guys missing? Because he literally punched his hand through the door and grabs a dude by the throat, and you're still missing. What is going on here?
That was comedy right there.
There is only about, I want to say about a good 2.5 inches of space between the hood and the gun. So like, he's stationary too, with the guy wrapped around his throat, which I still think is funny because my man has the fucking jaws of death on his throat. I was like, man, you about ready to choke this dude out, like, and then they get in an accident, and then that's when he gets taken to jail, and we find out that the CIA is kind of sort of in the pockets of him in his group, basically.
That's where that got I'm like, okay, yeah, I can understand him having the power to do so, but why is he there? Like, it just seems like, random and messy. You know what I mean? Like,
you can
like actual work.
But you kind of could see, like, you kind of was like, all right, where's this plot going? Because in my head, I was like, yeah, Silva's going to come back into the plot at some point. I don't know when, but he's going to factor in. And also, Nelson's going to pop up and stuff, which Nelson's role in this movie, it was just like, so Nelson, are you with Silva? Are you not with Silva? I don't know. Like, are you just a wild card?
He was the connection. Remember, in the beginning of the movie, he told Nico to get out of there. And when Nico got out of there, he stayed. He stayed with him, and now he's a bad guy, and now he's corporate. He's corporate CIA.
So is this so for all the wrestling fans? Is this like when The Rock left the nation and went to the corporation?
No,
No, it's not that.
No, this is like
no, he was still The Rock.
This is Val Venus joining Right to Censor. Chill out, man. It ain't that fun.
No. It was the New Age Outlaws joining the Authority.
Oh man, that was
That
made
made those that whole you know as much as I dug it at the time, I look back on something like this is some corny ass shit.
Hey, look, man. I mean, Seth Rollins like, I'm gonna fucking end Edge's life by stopping if you don't sign that contract. I was like, whoa, buddy.
That's murder. You just
there was a lot of
murder on television.
There was a lot of cool shit that came out of that shit, but at the end of the day, it was like, yeah, this is dumb. Back in 2000, this would have slapped.
But hey, yes.
Anyway.
but anyways, but you got that, right? So this is why I said like the black guys in the CIA, they was like, I know you guys vote Republican. I could just tell. It just
why? Is it a David Robinson haircuts that they had? Is that the reason why I do?
Hey, at least they had lineups and shape ups. More than most black Republicans did at that time. Let's just be real.
What again? You call them Republicans. What made you think these niggas even voted?
First off, sir, I think we have family members of that age at that time that probably did low-key voted for Reagan and Bush.
Chris, you forgot what generation they came out of. And on top of that, they're working with a government agency, and they see the very worst of humanity. I think if there's any black man that is unplugged and not vote, it will be a black man that is within the CIA.
True. Hey, look. I'm only speaking to my older uncles that lived in fucking damn Bowie and was like, "Hey, y'all guys should fucking move out of DC to Bowie." And I'm like,
Ross Perot's gonna change this motherfucking country.
it's like,
hey, Bob Dole. There we go.
It's like, hey, I think my relatives in DC don't have money to move to Bowie, so they gotta deal with the drug war. I'm sorry, it's just what it is.
Like, look, the point is these old black guys, all the black guys that was in there. They were just background dudes I seen in other movies. That's why I said, "Hey, you."
No, but I just love that it was like Pan Grid, and I was like, "Oh, we got 3 black people in this movie. Is this a black movie? Maybe."
No. Stop. It's Seagal, Chris. There's nothing black about anything Seagal has ever been in. I know that he did a movie where DMX was there. DMX had to say "nigga" officially 10 times for that to be a black movie. Right?
I know. I also think DMX got. I say DMX. God damn it, D. I also low-key think Seagal got Pan Greer because he thought he can get a move on her and it didn't work out. So he was like, all right, Pan.
I guarantee
the joke's on you. The joke's on you, Chris. I don't believe Seagal was interested in Pan Greer at all.
Yeah, I don't think he was interested in Pan Greer or Sharon Stone. D, are you about to say, yep, the Puerto Rican girl, the first
man?
Yep.
Who, I'm gonna be real.
I know Seagal's track record.
Notice he talked the softest when he was around.
Real talk. I'm gonna say this. I feel she was 18, but she looked 15.
No, she was 18, Chris. Don't start that little. Hey, I feel. Don't. That's what gets in trouble with a girl. That's why black girls with. That's 1 year wait.
No, I wasn't going with that, but it's just like the fact that movie tried to sell me that she's 15. I'm like, you look like you 18.
She wasn't 15. She was 15. That girl
but the movie tried to play it up. But they tried to play it up.
26.
But they tried to play it up because again, at that time it's like, hey, she obviously went to a private school. Where's your uniform? And I'm like, oh, she has a uniform? I thought she went to public school, but all right.
Here's my thing also, Chris. You're focusing way hard on that scene that meant nothing to nothing.
No, I mean, hey, look, man, they were really trying to emphasize that drug shit. I was like, so this is the inroads that Steven...
You know what? Here's the thing about that. That drugs was the problem in this movie.
Well, the
I thought it
neighborhood
was
also he didn't like drugs in his neighborhood because remember, guys, everybody knows Nico in the neighborhood by first name basis.
Wait a minute. But stop.
It's like nah.
Second of all, no. If you're gonna do that, like at least say something racist with it. Macaroni. At least do that something, man. I don't know. But anyway,
Spaghetti.
Meet the ball.
matzah.
Red
Look, Air's over there. Ferrari.
No, I got one for you, D. Let's go.
No.
Now see, that's gonna get us banned. You know the Italians, they'll joke with you until you bring on Mario.
Nah. See, this is why
Now it's fighting words.
See, this is
Hey,
why
I don't know about you, D. According to Alo's, according to his reaction there, I think he disagrees with you.
Dude, I'm like old boy and fucking I'm like fucking Brad Pitt and Inglourious Basterds. I'm the dude that's like say buongiorno. Buongiorno. That's me all the way on that.
I had this kid that was Spanish in my class about to fight. I'll never forget this. He was about to lay this motherfucker out. And why? Because he called him the flea off of Mucha Lucha.
Oh,
I'm gonna tell
Not
you
even
what happened.
Ricochet or Moila girl? Are you serious?
He called him the flea, and I gotta tell you something. The flea fucked him up. Caesar, thank you. That's what happened. My little nigga Caesar fucked this dude.
Dude, like anybody, like God, we really were horrible in media with Spanish people because Los Luchadores pops up immediately. My
Jesus!
Y'all motherfuckers got a bunch of white people in lucha masks and said Los Luchadores. I'm like, what? And not even white people. You got Canadian people in fucking luchador masks. This is horrible.
okay. No. I can one up that. The show Los Luchadores. Which is basically 60s Batman with 90s technology, where his day job is being a luchador.
There is something to be said. I'm just
that was perfect. Thank you.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at Fox, so Fox, you just. This Canada, this is your show. What's going on here? I don't get this.
Yo, listen. I only watched Los Luchadores because Time Force came on right before
you
that.
Had no choice.
I had no choice.
It's I got
man. When Arthur Bogard found out, I still remembered that show. He was so pissed.
Yo, and my man was driving. Yo, here's how fucked up it was. He drove the same type of fucking lowrider that fucking Eddie Guerrero came out and shit. That's what made the show so fucked up. I was like, bruh, come on, man.
Oh my god. I
love Canada.
And one of the weirdest parts of that show is how the most recurring villain is this Chihuahua with a pain mask.
No.
He's a Chihuahua with a pain mask, and because it belonged to this evil scientist who wanted to give him some cheetah legs, and then a mishap occurred when the main character Lobo Fuerte stopped one of his crimes 60s Batman style, and then some jolt from the machine that gave him those cheetah powers hit the Chihuahua in the head, so that it became this mastermind. And so for some reason, but they never explain why it's wearing the Bane mask, though.
Yeah, there's episodes on YouTube. If you never get a chance to watch
it.
Stop it! I'm sorry, Gaddafi, get off.
It really was WMSC for white dudes. It really was.
Yeah,
he ain't lying.
Get off this chat, please.
He ain't lying, man. That was white people's version of what they thought was luchadors, and I'm like, yo, this is fucking making me weep for fucking WCW.
Go ahead.
But here's the thing that kills me, even in that same vein, where it's a more respectable type of thing. Lucha Underground comes out. Oh man, it's cool. It's very, try to get the roots of luchadors and Why is Vampiro a white Canadian the one that's telling us about all of this?
D, don't. Please, D, do not get.
Play my fucking music, D.
D, do not get started on this because Chris and I. Wait, Chris. I was gonna say, please do not get us started because Chris and I actually interviewed Vampiro.
I just like to say for the record that was the most fun, unintentional, funniest interview I have ever had, and I love Vampiro. The look on my face during the interview, it's like it was a great interview to me, at least, because I was asking some really good questions. I got some good answers. It was great. Looking back on the interview, it's like, yo, Vampiro is a crazy motherfucker, man. Like, holy shit. Like, yo.
Gaddafi, Gaddafi, go to your room. Go to your room. Los Luchadores, the Taco Bell of Super Sentai. Go to your room.
The Taco Bell.
Nigga, go to your room.
Let me tell you something about Gaddafi. Gaddafi shows up in every show, or just about every show, to say some wild shit and throw us the fuck off. So if it's best you don't look at what this little nigga got to say. I'm sorry, wait, Pam Grier, she's now the Gen X black man Farrah Fawcett. Okay, that's Gaddafi. True. What is this, Gaddafi?
No, Gaddafi, this is for you.
But I have to go to Aloe on this one because he brought up a good one right at the beginning of the movie. So, Aloe, how did you love that Steven Seagal tells everybody to get down with the most shittiest bomb?
Get down.
Get down.
Bro, it's like I was just because he went to a church on that day because the pastor told him like when he was showing all the like what we later found out as refugees like come in there.
Yeah.
And then you just see the whole church like just playing now. You see the pastor like going forward, and you see this one lady who we never see again at all in this movie, just like walk away with like a pink, like a back to like El Super or some shit with the C4 that was found out late, like earlier in the movie. That's I don't know call this man Sylvester Stallone. That's the wrong
answer. She got 1 mile out the building, and it was like get down. I'm like.
Get down.
Let me like that's not enough. Like, can you imagine if it was just like some random lady who walked out the building because I don't know, like what if this movie happened nowadays?
What you trying to say?
Like hypothetically speaking,
he was vigilant. He was vigilant. Can't you look at the picture that's above me? His eyes are wide open.
Let me tell you guys.
Can you imagine if they try to make the same movie present day and like the woman walks out of the church? It's like you don't know if she walked out of the church because there's a bomb. For all you know, she got a text message saying, "Oh, your baby's sick. The sitters called 911. You better get out." Like there could be no bomb there.
In our Boken, real talk. Let's just sum it up like this. Seagal is the worst person that you want being a lookout for anybody, especially for public safety. You know, he did a terrible job of having somebody's back. You know who did a better job? This is a better example.
Slippy, watch out. Bogey on your tail.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. Because, here's the kicker, right? In our post 9/11 world and stuff, you know how that scene would play out? It would have been more fucked up because you would have had a little girl like, ma'am, you left your bag in there. Oh shit!
Oh no! And also, if the intention was specifically to kill that other
pastor,
priest, the other pastor. Sorry, I don't know my church ranks because
you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah,
you're fine.
Yeah, so,
priest, pastor, it's all the same.
Priest, pastor. Hold on,
vicar, father.
He's Catholic priest, so you got to get it right. No, you got to get it right. He's a Catholic priest. Catholic priest. Go ahead.
So I'm like, did this woman not have a picture of her target so she knows that the specific priest she ends up killing is the correct one? Like,
I got a question. Who was the other white guy they kept on showing in that scene?
He was a lawyer or something.
He was
a senator.
He was
literally Mercy from Batman v Superman.
First of all, that's very true, Boken. Second of all, Chris, I am mad at you for what you had just said about 2 minutes ago. You want to because you know what scene?
I'm right.
You already know you know what scene played in my head. The scene from Gundam Wing. Excuse me, Nick. You you dropped your makeup kit. You
Oh yeah, episode 5.
throws the bomb.
The sad thing is, I don't know if it's kind of ironic that like the bad guys are supposed to be CIA, because I've read documents of the CIA having more successful attempts at killing Fidel Castro than killing this one priest.
Well, bro,
And keeping in mind
here's
that
the
Fidel
thing, here's
Castro
the
died of old
but
age.
here's my thing, guys. They do later in the movie, Seagal gets one of his Filipino Cambodian contacts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, so let me get this right. We have 5 assassins in this country right now. And I'm like, all right, 5 assassins. This might be going somewhere. We might get somewhere.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah, no.
Nothing. The only assassin we saw was the bomber lady who. That's it. I'm like, all right, okay. So
First of
she's
all,
assassin
well,
one.
just like
my interest suddenly peaked, but then it just waned away because we never get anything out of that.
This is a
Could
bigger.
you imagine the NES game that we would have got out of this? We had to defuse a bomb that didn't need to be defused.
The worst part about that deed, none of the characters would have looked like their movie counterparts.
No.
Except Seagal.
No, don't be
Seagal's a
offensive,
video
though.
game character, if you ask D.
this is more of the bigger. This is the biggest disappointment next to like Arkham Origins when they hyped up like 8 assassins. Batman has to face off against them, and I was like, all right, cool. And then
It's
all of a
the
sudden,
Deathstroke battle, and then eventually you fight Bane. That's about it.
A whole bunch of glorified QTE moments.
Coming from someone who actually loves Arkham Origins, that they dropped the ball heavy on that plot.
The only one
They really did.
The only one that had me rolling was electric dude when Batman just kicked him in the face. I was like, oh, that was a good boss battle. Just bam. I'm like, well.
Hey, Chris, you know what's so sad? I'm watching my kids. Know what I say, my kids? I'm watching my kids. Yeah, I'm watching them play Arkham Knight. There's nothing worse than seeing a good-looking game be shitty, but have interesting plot points, but at the very same time be one of the worst retellings of the Red Hood story I have ever seen.
Deathstroke is a tank battle. That's how much they fucked that up.
I already know.
A free copy. I got a free copy of Arkham Knight. I still have not played it.
Hey, I downloaded it. Hey, I downloaded for free, beat it, and I was like, I'm good.
I got into a verbal battle with my 11-year-old.
Games for like $7 on Steam.
I will never do those Riddler challenges. I looked at that ending like, all right, I'm good.
Hey, check this out. I got into a verbal battle with my 11-year-old. Why can't I re-download it? Don't put that on my PlayStation. But Dad, no. But Dad, I really, really want to beat the game. Good. Don't you ever pass me the fucking controller. I am not playing that ball of mess. And look,
for you.
And I'm looking around there. I'm like, all right, so what you doing now, son? You're sneaking up behind the tanks in the Batmobile. Yeah, you're doing stealth moves in the Batmobile. Yeah, this game is
the more
game is stupid.
I have not touched Arkham Knight, but the more I have heard about the game in the past 6 years since the game was released, I am still thanking God that I have not touched that game yet.
Again, it is one of the most good-looking games you will ever see, combined with one of the most ill. No, I'm not playing this. And if you get one lick of the story, you'd be like, okay, what's next?
But here's story-wise, right? So this is where the movie gets weird. So after the bomb,
I'm
sorry. This is the part where it got weird.
No,
you know
because
what
the transition is weird.
You know when it got weird for me, Chris? You know when it got weird for me? When I saw Seagal run, and I was like, she actually running.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So check it, right? At one point, Seagal, he's going after one of the guys, right? And he gets into a gun battle and stuff, and he literally is chasing after him. That is the first and only time you will ever see a full sprint Steven Seagal in the movie ever.
And much like
I
your
noticed
boy.
something else. I noticed something else too, by the way, Chris. We're seeing Steven Seagal do a full sprint run. However, I'm having some discrepancies with this. Was it him running, or was that Kurt Russell in stunt double running?
It
I don't know,
kind
man.
of did look like a stunt double for 2 seconds, didn't it? Like during that tackle, like that one, Steve. Like it always it makes you think that because we're so used to Steven being a fat ass. You know what I mean? So we're just
also looked like Seagal was running down the man in low top Black Force Ones. I think. I don't know. Can't
I
tell.
don't know. I get to.
I was like, hold up, Seagal running?
No, right? Hey, that's what I'm saying. This is the hey, look. Seeing slender Steven Seagal, I want people to understand this. Like, you see the picture in the back, right? It feels surreal seeing him in a fucking wife beater, and I'm like, man, this is like probably the only last time he saw himself with a fucking 4-pack. Because after this, not so much.
You know what's kind of weird with Seagal? There's like no definition with him either. There
No,
really
he was
isn't.
like, you know what it is? He's like the old, like the 1950s, like Clark Gable. Like, I'm fit, but like I'm not cut.
You ever see that? Like ever see an old Robert Mitchum
Bordering
movie?
on lean.
Yeah, you ever see an old Robert Mitchum movie? He's sticking out his chest like this. It's like, dog,
Like,
I'm waiting for you to exhale real quick.
If any of y'all have been inside of a gym, like Gold's Gym, and you taking a piss, and they got the picture of like 1956 Gold's Gym in Venice Beach, and those big muscle dudes like this and shit, I'm like, oh, that was a definition of fit back then.
Yeah, stick it at your chest. That's how Vern Gagne was a champion. He was
Teddy Roosevelt.
He was really just 210 pounds.
But Teddy Roosevelt doing this.
Yeah. Like that is what fit looked like back then. And in fairness, he did take a bullet and it's like, no, I'm not going to the hospital. I'm gonna finish my speech first.
Side note, that is probably the funniest, one of the funniest jokes in Fist Fight when it was asking old boy, so come on, guy, put up your fist, and he did like this and shit. And Tracy Morgan's like, man, you gonna fucking lose, aren't you?
I mean, somebody said that's how all those white boys lost to Jack Johnson. They was coming up and doing that. They put it in your big shit. This Jack was like, nah, nigga, come on. Jack was over it all, cuz. Nah, we don't look. Just keep it real, Chris. Nah, we ain't fight like that on the plantation, bro. Nah.
Yeah, the updated one is early. The guy that wears the UFC tap out shirt was like, come at me, bro. And he can't, and they don't do not a lick of UFC. Yeah, gloves like Joe was telling us, like the guy that wear the UFC gloves and don't do not a lick of fucking Brazilian jiu-jitsu or nothing. It's like, this is all for show, huh? All right.
You know, I do find it funny though. Steven Seagal but way that seems so funny is that not only did he run homeboy down, kicks the motherfucker, his friend comes, hey, that's my buddy. But hey man, I'm not in the mood. I'll show you what's in the mood. And Seagal just hit him with a short punch and the homie just drops. I like how he walks and then he walks past the black boy. Hey, what's up, homie?
No,
my man was like, nah, man.
The best part about that scene, after he drops big dude, he walks by the 2 black guys, and the 2 black guys really have no choice but to respond and jive.
but also too, I like how, again, to show the beginning of it when they rolled up on him and stuff. They rolled up on this fool and they came out there. They had the fucking machetes and stuff. I like how my man got his arm sliced off and he immediately dies. Now, I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm pretty sure you're alive to a degree. This man got his arm sliced off and he's dead. I'm like, wow, that was quick.
I give that entire assassination attempt a solid F.
I mean,
I don't know. I give it a D minus for effort.
No. Let me explain this, Chris. Please.
Nah, Chris, that was Hitman.
No.
Let
me explain this, please. First of all, you take the time to back up a drop top in front of Seagal. That's you took the time to back it up. Number 2, you took the time to set up a joke. Like, hey, I heard you was looking for so and so. Yeah, I am. You got any information on him? Yeah. He's like, yeah, right here. You pull out the gun. The fact that you didn't shoot him. Okay, maybe y'all need to take some time. This is a movie. Fine, take some time. Everybody get out, surround the motherfucker first. I get that. Okay, this is a movie. I'll let that slide. Strike 3. I'm done. Seagal, wash these motherfuckers. The moment he said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna shoot you. We're just gonna beat you up really bad."
Kick their ass.
I'm like,
kick all of their asses.
Please, you know what?
My thing is this too.
No,
But you know
like,
what?
no,
You're right.
no. I mean, no. Just from hearing all that, only one thing went through my mind: all of y'all.
Gutter trash.
I mean, let's be
Yes.
real. My man, here's my thing. My man that Steven Seagal ran down, he could have been ran and had like a 2-mile lead on Seagal, like immediately. I'll be like, yo, fuck this, I'm out. That's before he killed the last dude. That's why I was like, why are you still standing around, dude? Go, run.
And shout out to my man who got literally sliced in half.
I mean,
there was some people that ate it in this movie. I will give it that, man.
also
like-
Seagal murdering people in front of civilians, and they're just sitting there like, just another day in the neighborhood.
You know what? No,
I mean, it's
man.
Chicago.
The suburbs of Chicago. You know, back when Chicago wasn't represented as the murder capital of the world by blacks. So you know,
no, it wasn't, Chris. It was very, very fucking corrupt. It always been corrupt.
No, I'm just saying that nowadays it's always like, oh, the blacks and stuff. Back then we didn't really get that. The stigma wasn't there.
I like how you said, oh, the blacks.
Thank
No,
you.
that's the go-to now. Every politician is like, oh, Chicago and them black people and stuff and guns, and I'm like,
all right, I told you somebody. All right, looks like all those Mexicans out there playing their Lucacaracha music.
Hey,
with their
look,
Coronas trying to stop them.
This is why I understood why Corey was pissed off every time politicians mention Chicago. He's like, nigga, I'm from Chicago. What the fuck is going on here? This is bullshit. This is not happening in Chicago.
But you know, here's a funny thing. Here's one of the funniest things in the movie to me. Seagal not only kills somebody, Seagal gets a couple of what I call just straight up Mortal Kombat finishers that he performs on people. One of the best ones was this nigga backing up a Chrysler on the dude flying out of the garage. Oh, I like how it was a dummy error. It's like, man.
Yeah, it was the dummy. I pointed out that it was the dummy, and then we see him fall. Did you hear him? He falls and lands on the third rail, and I go,
fatality.
No, hey guys, what you're not realizing, y'all guys are gonna die laughing. I'm mad you didn't mention this. All right, my man had time to take off his shoes and try to throw it at Seagal.
I was gonna get to that, Chris. He took the time out to take off his shoes. I'm like, bro, that is not George Bush. You were throwing the shit down. I need you to stop.
I'm like, bro, you took your shoes off the door to Seagal.
Wait a minute. How
you take your shoes off? Wait, not take out the fucking car. The fuck's wrong with you?
Like, you cannot simply. You took the time to take your shoes off. You didn't think for 2 seconds. The fact you took both shoes off. You didn't think for 2 seconds to just combat roll off the trunk of that car.
At most, your arm might got rolled by one of the tires, but you still be alive. All right?
Here's the best part.
No, Chris. All you had to do was make sure that the second you jump off, you tuck and roll.
Yeah.
All right, Eris, you're not mentioning the best part about all this. While he's going backwards 30 miles per hour, the rest of the people with guns in their hands.
Yeah. You mean the fact that there's a group of bad guys? You mean the fact that there's a group of bad guys standing around with guns like the cops in E.T.?
I gotta be honest with you. This is these are top 10 the worst goons I have seen. They're up there in bad.
Let's be real. I mean, it's like that meme that D put in our private chat about the Resident Evil 4 where Chris opening up his gun attach is like, aren't you guys supposed to be paused? Why are you looking at me going through my attach case?
I like how that one dude said this. Why are you moving your gun?
What are you doing?
Like, why do you have ammo for no?
Eris did that to me when he saw my inventory one time. It's like, why is there no herbs in here, D? What are you doing?
I was like, why is there all of this ammo for a gun you don't even have?
TMP ammo.
Like, you have a shotgun? Yeah, I do. Why is not in the case? I had it at one point, but you threw it away. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm having
my only excuse that I stay about is Resident Evil always had shitty inventory.
Hey, listen. The funniest shit.
I don't know how it is now, but back then,
the funniest shit ever watching Resident Evil Village streams and stuff. And one of the people, Carsey, realizing when he got to a point where he got the sniper rifle, was like, fuck, I need a bigger attach case. All right, guys, bear with me as I go all the way back to the vendor and get this attach case. And I was like, Carson, you should have fucking known. As soon as the vendor says, hey, I got this big attach case, yeah, you might want to buy that.
See, when you say that, here's me looking at chat. Fuck you. Tell Capcom to start design. How is it 2020 and they have not improved this thing since 97? I had no idea.
I had a moment yesterday doing that. Like, but anyways, I like also too during that whole chase and stuff. The whole chase is like Seagal did all. It was literally the Thanos all that for a drop of blood because Seagal did all that sticking and moving in the garage just to get fucking cornered at the bottom of the garage. I was like, so what was all that for again?
I like how, because that's how all of them are. Seagal gets a drop on them, washes them, and then somehow, all right, that's it.
Oh yeah, shout outs to Nelson getting capped in the leg and he just disappears afterwards. Like,
so he was done, right?
Yeah, he was done.
Yeah,
the movie said he was done.
Like, now here's the thing.
He took that shot and said, "Well, that's the end of me."
I was already mad at Nelson because this nigga had the fucking gall to say, "I knew you'd be stationed over here doing recon on us." Okay, shoot him. Shoot him.
It's like
shoot.
Well, I like how Rivera.
I swear to you, he says, "I swear to you, I did not bring him here."
Yo, I like how Rivera just looked at him like, "Oh, thanks for giving him to me, Nelson. So you gonna give him to me?" I don't know. I don't know. Get in the car. Get in the car. Yeah. Never. No way.
No way. No way.
No way.
No way.
Like, tell me, where did he go? He ran up those stairs.
Oh, now we have to get to Rivera here. Now, early in the movie, by the way, the priest apparently that he gave the truth serum to, I guess he's still alive after that shootout because he disappears.
CJ, who the hell cares? We got like 10 minutes left in this movie.
I'm not even gonna waste a sound clip on that one.
I'm just saying, did you love how he was really describing the truth serum? It's like, yeah, feel the hotness. It gets warm. Yes.
I'm over here like, what's wrong? Don't you want to be inside me? He was one step away from saying that shit.
Don't you love it? Sherman Hemsley, PCP.
Ashy Larry.
New World Order.
I mean, it was almost there when he said it. Like,
but I love.
Hold on. Truth serum work because for me, it's like, can't a person just not talk?
No, this is how it works. It just makes Seagal angrier, and then he goes Super Saiyan. But
it works like the lasso of truth, dog. It works the exact same way.
We forgot the one thing. Hold on, we forgot the one thing before the big shootout in the apartment. When Seagal's old man partner was like, "What are you gonna do?" and he pulls out that bag full of guns. He's like, "I'm about to take it above the law. You see, I am now marked for death from the mafia, and I'm out for justice. They touch my deadly ground, and they will feel the fire down below. Even if I'm half past dead, I'm a mercenary for justice. You want to hold my machete?"
You want to hold my machete? You want to hold my machete? Wait. You want to hold my machete because it's about to go under siege.
You looked at the camera. China salesman.
Look at it. It's like, look at it, D. It's glimmering, man.
Yes, I forgot. That was the one thing I was forgetting.
Side note.
No, I will glimmer in the shadows, man.
Side note, how do you go into this Hindi man's 7-Eleven corner store? This man is literally
all my energy, yo. He had all my energy when
confused.
His face was like, I just put up that Lay's stand.
Yo, the Lay's truck guy just drove off. And you come my man,
DJ Sue.
I want people to understand something. My man, that looked like B-roll footage because my man was confused in Hindi the whole time. Like,
yo, when my man went head first through those Gatorade bottles, oh, come on,
bro. Don't my shelving unit. I just bought that. That was a loan.
And then you heard this line. They told me to come to America.
And then Seagal. Seagal
That's a-
did.
God damn it.
Seagal
Chris.
seismic tossed the nigga into the window and no sold the landing too.
Man, I
Fox,
survived
Fox.
rebels from Syria killing my children just for these crackers to come up in here.
Listen,
He did, yo. Here's the
listen,
fucked up part.
listen, Fox.
They don't have no idea. This is why I can't have this be a boar's head establishment because y'all want to bring all this. Yes,
Wait
I'm trying
a minute,
to
wait a minute.
Open up again.
Wait a minute, Fox. Listen, sir. Like as a member of Foxhound, I got to give you the big boss salute for using my line seismic toss.
Yo, because here's my thing.
I appreciate that so much.
He looked that Hindi dude in his face and eyes and was like, I'm gonna jump through that window. I'm pretty sure your insurance got this, so I'm gonna do this shit.
I'm gonna use this hired goon number 435 as a shield.
And I stand by what I said. That hired goon looked suspiciously like the same Asian nigga that caught hands in the very beginning of the movie with the Aikido. It looked like that was the very same guy.
D, are you trying to tell me that they recycled the same stuntman?
Well, look, Aris, come on. Look, Aris, look, really? You know what? That's on bad on me. Seagal would never cut a corner.
Yeah, he would never do that. I mean, come on, this is the same man. This is the same man. Like D, this is the same man who had nothing positive to say about Van Damme.
Let me tell you something, Aris. Let me tell you something. In this man's long career, has he ever gotten lazy and did something like, I don't know, have somebody else do his voiceover work? He never do that.
Here's how
just to think about that, D. No, Seagal's always been perfect in everything he's ever done.
But see, he's not perfect because here's how I know this movie is cheap. They couldn't even get this guy to be one of the henchmen because he's a staple of 80s. This guy. You mean tell me you couldn't get Al Leong? You couldn't get Al Leong? You couldn't get Al Leong in here? Like, come on, man.
First off, I got to say this one thing. So where that come from, bro? Where that come from, bro? Yeah, man. Look, I'm just saying the head on up. Yeah, you jive like ugly, but look all that underneath, though, bro.
That's how he got the ladies, man. He got all the ladies in the 80s, man. That's how
he got the good nipples too, because they ain't too big, and the areola.
So hold up.
Just saying.
We're towards the end of the movie.
I got
something. We've not seen Super Cena mode yet.
It is literally the most anticlimactic shit ever because first off, he is literally biding his time, torturing Steven Seagal. Only thing missing is him taking pliers and bending his tail, his fingernails back or some shit.
Real quick, before we get into that, I noticed something that came up. He was like, "So that's what we're doing in this country. We're just gonna murder senators. What type of man are you?" I'm like this. Wait.
That's America,
so wait a minute. We're protecting the lawmakers now, but I thought early in the movie they were the ones that were making it hard for you to be whatever. We got 5 minutes.
Uchiwali on the Roman Empire, like the Romans used to kill their sinners. Are we the Romans? I'm like, we do.
The white man still runs the country, so
our country is founded on a democratic republic.
Last I checked, just being really, really honest, much like the Romans, the country is built upon its minorities, mostly Africans and people of not of that country help build that country around you, while the rich just sat on their asses and just, you just said it was okay to molest little kids and all that crap like that. So yeah, it's sort of like that. It's sort of the same way like America, but the only difference is we say Yankee Doodle.
That was the British trying to talk crap about us.
Oh, wow. I gotta be honest with you. If that's a real fact, you got me on that one.
I'm just my thing is this though. It's the whole thing is so anticlimactic because it's just him, Rivera biding his time, and I'm like, kill him now. What are we doing here, guys? Just kill him.
I'm like, so is there a countdown for somebody to be on 60 Minutes and it's like, you're not going to be able to stop? It was like, what's going on? This whole plot is everywhere. But the best. So I got a question.
Go ahead.
The one move that Rivera has shown us is that truth serum beats everybody. So he puts it on. He sticks Action Trump, and Action Trump is going out with some of the best facial action I have ever seen this nigga ever do in a movie. But not only does this motherfucker muscle up and breaks out of his binds, but the truth serum has no effect.
Actually, no, it did, because after he snapped Silva's neck, he collapsed right after that shit.
I like how he busts his nose, breaks his arm, and then snaps his whole back. And I'm thinking to myself, Steven Seagal just folded a 65-year-old man in half. He just snapped a man who just got his AARP card in half. This ain't. Where was all this shit for Michael Jai White in X and Wounds? Where was any of this energy?
I mean, this is the best I could do, but yeah, breaks his arm. God.
I just laughed because you see his arm come around it and just pop. I'm like, yeah.
But I gotta say though, but Reckless ain't lying though. It was a Cena moment, and I was like, yeah, Rivera just looks like a paper mache because he took his time breaking his arm, by the way, because Rivera was like, and here's the thing. It's the worst kind of arm break because it's one thing that all of a sudden in one swift move to get your arm break and clean like that, like in most Steven Seagal movies. But when it slowly happens, it's like, that's the worst. Because you're literally watching your arm bend down, and it's like, no.
It's hilarious, man. It's one of the most funny things I've
he
seen.
did this shit at the fucking place where the senator was at in the basement. So I'm like, so you're gonna kill Seagal and then turn around and kill the senator?
Like, I don't understand half the crap that was going on, even with the plot anyway. But just the fact that it's like, so is this happening like in the like that's what got me? Was it happening in the basement?
Yeah, it was happening. It was the basement of the place and stuff. And him coming up there all bloody up in there. It's like, what's going on? And then the senator looking confused and stuff. And I'm like, so was the senator part of this? Oh, I guess he wasn't part of this. Okay. And then all of a sudden, the movie all of a sudden turns into fucking like the end of fucking Flight, where Denzel is all of a sudden, well, not the end of Flight, the end of
on deadly ground. Deadly ground.
On deadly ground. Yeah.
No. The end of fucking Clearing Present Danger, where fucking Jack Ryan was in front of fucking Congress.
Oh yeah.
That's what it turned into. So he was like, "All right, so tell your story, sir. I was part of the CIA.
I was part of the CIA.
We did.
The CIA got to face his crimes."
Like, so you're the whistleblower for the CIA?
Wait, let me get this shit straight. All of this weird thing, the way it connected drugs in Chicago, actually went back to your old time in the CIA, where the CIA used
Here's
drugs.
The kicker.
They funneled drugs into the inner cities.
Here's the kicker. This didn't stop the drug war.
No, it actually exacerbated it, if anything. It made it a lot worse. And actually, like I don't know what you're talking about. Crack didn't leave DC until 1997. So
crack is still here in California right now. So
crack is like a secondary drug now. It's like
very recreational now, ain't it? Like it's just
like isn't it like pending to be legal in like Oregon or something?
Yes, it is, and we talked about that too. We talked about that crap too on an episode of our podcast.
I mean, because it's to a point. It's to the point now where it's like, well, we'll let you do the crack, but we got these social programs to get you off of it. So
like weed, and I hate to be that person. Much like weed, I agree with Roger on American Dad, Sir, this is not cocaine. Not everyone does it.
I mean, yeah.
Apparently, when I had to do some stuff where I had to do something basically because they found piss in my they found weed in my piss. It was like, no, you gotta take drug rehab or some shit, right? I did it, right? But while I was there, I saw a lot of people walking in. Yeah, man, that nose candy. What? Like, really?
I'm like, nigga, I don't need for weed. What you doing?
I was like, man, I'm like, what you here, man, dog?
It was that Mr. It was that Mr. Krabs scene meme was like,
yeah, it was all like that. It was all
Speaking of which, Our man Henry Silva actually did legit break Steven Seagal's nose in that final action sequence.
Yes.
Good.
He did break his nose, and Seagal had to go to the hospital, but he came back to work the following day. But they kept that in the movie.
Okay, so
So-
can we all agree
yeah.
that Silva's the MVP of this movie then?
Yes,
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 absolutely.
yes.
I mean, I like
Yes.
how he just. I mean, even if you look at the beginning, you're right. As soon as he looked at Seagal, and was like, "Yo, sit your ass down. We out here doing CIA shit. All right, fuck off. All right."
Where's the moral code coming?
Now
from?
you got your moral code.
Wait,
That's
I
the thing that
have
killed me.
I have
It's like,
one more
dude, you
question.
just got done mowing down a bunch of Cambodians. The second I say, "Why you fucking with my poppy field?" Nah, man, this is wrong.
It's like, nigga, you were part of genocide. What are we
I
talking
don't
about
understand.
here?
It's like you decide to whistleblow now, not way back when you quit the CIA. You wait like 12 years to blow the whistle.
Got a wife
But you
and
gotta think about it.
kids.
The opportunity wasn't there. Okay, the opportunity was not
I
there.
mean, in this bizarro world, he could have put a stop to the drug war immediately, but
Look, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. We already said drug war. Ain't stop nothing. Drug war. The drug war is literally a Mack truck going downhill with no brakes. Come on, man. Ain't
I
nothing
would just
stopping
say-
that shit.
I would just say this real quick. Here's my thing about this movie. If we're gonna go into it, it's probably the only most grounded Seagal movie that he has done. Because everything else just
it's his first movie, so it better be grounded.
yeah, it was very grounded. I mean, Mark for Death kinda sorta was, except the voodoo shit, and then they just upped the ante over and over and over again until his weight got bigger and bigger and bigger.
I mean, look. If we look at opening weekend, this is the most weirdest opening weekend, but it's indicative of the 80s. Number one movie, which isn't shocking, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. All right, cool.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, Fox and the Hound re-release, because of course Disney re-released that fucking movie.
Yes. I'm about to show my age. I saw both of those movies in the movie theater. I was 5 years old.
Good Morning Vietnam.
That movie was great.
Yeah.
I have not seen it still, unfortunately.
88? That was in 88?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. I thought that came out a little bit older than that. All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna say right here, right now. I don't know when we're gonna do this, but we definitely have to do a Robin Williams month on Scrub Club Gaming, and Good Morning Vietnam has to be one of those movies because
I mean, we did do
it's
Steve Martin
criminal that you haven't seen it yet.
You know what, Chris? While we with that pause real quick on Three Butt Geeks, we've been circling the wagon about Miss Doubtfire for a while, nigga. I think it's time to let's do it for Robin
I'm your
Williams.
guy for this one. I'm your guy for this one. Like I'm gonna make all of them Matilda and Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad jokes, and no one's ever gonna stop me.
But also, again, to show how 80s this movie is, Moonstruck with Cher.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like holy shit. And then
I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
Step out of it.
And then another movie that I actually did see, Biloxi Blues.
Biloxi Blues is one of the, and I say this as a person, I say this from both a critic point and my personal point. Biloxi Blues is an incredibly great, really great movie. Overhyped as fuck. If you're a mid-ass white military guy, you love that movie.
Which is ironic because I would figure it'd be Stripes, but Biloxi Blues, dude, really?
At least what I noticed, the like I said, the mid-ass, corny-ass military white guys, that's their jam. Biloxi Blues and
I thought it was
Saving Private Ryan. Biloxi Blues and Saving Private Ryan. Those are the two ones that I noticed with the
Saving Private Ryan. I get
white guys. You know what I mean?
Saving Private Ryan. I get because I think people forget that movie gets dour at the end. It's like, man, people die. Fuck.
I think niggas our age though, their jam was, if not Three Kings, it was definitely what's it called? The Black Hawk Jump, Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down, yeah.
Low key for me, I have to go back to my childhood. A Soldier Story.
Really?
I watched that a lot, man.
Soldier Story is the reason why I don't like black men in the military.
It's old boy, right? The day of the Geechee is over.
Oh man, that's a great man.
I think for me,
it's a great Soldier Story is a great movie.
Great.
But it's the reason why I hate old black military men. That's the reason why.
For me, at the Gate with Jude Law. That was
everybody
my movie.
loves Enemy at the Gates, man. That was a
Enemy of the Gates was pretty good, actually. Yeah, really good.
man.
Yeah,
But
right.
but it's just like that. I mean, it's just like the 80s and just again, this is a green Steven Seagal, by the way, which is why I feel he felt that he had to emote at times and stuff because it was
one of those movies you had to. He had to because he didn't know. Like a lot of those guys we seen him was speak, man, do the call for all of them. They get one shot. That's all you get. It's just one shot. To Seagal's credit, he lucked out. I think he just lucked out of all those people at that time. He lucked out because I think Speakman had way more charisma than him. But guess what? We got Seagal. So
dude, they're gonna do
it happens.
Apparently, he announced they're doing an Above the Law too.
Okay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wait,
Get the fuck
why?
out of here.
Why? So I can
Why?
see him sit the entire time.
So
You know
number
what he
one,
did?
so number
You know
one,
what
I gotta
movie he
ask
did?
Steven though. I have to ask Steven. So Steven, you gonna get Sharon Stone back?
Steven, that like why? So he can does minor Tai Chi in his movie.
Are we gonna
like
see
he does
old?
in every movie.
We're gonna see older big titty
Hey,
Pam
that
Grier
that little thing he loves doing this.
We're
He
gonna see,
loves doing that.
let's see seasoned Pam Grier because I love me some seasoned Pam Grier. She's pretty.
No,
good.
no. Pam Grier can't be in it. Her character had to die off like 2 years. Like 2 years ago, we went to the funeral.
Hey, shout out to Pam Grier's stunt woman that took that shotgun shot and just like the slow motion fall back when she took the shotgun shot. I was like, oh, that was actually not bad. That was pretty good. Or it could have been a black dude in a wig. I don't know. I mean, I watch I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, so I already know the joke on that one. So it is what it is. But yeah, this was a fun movie. Like I said, I like these quick and dirty movies. They just get straight to the point. Done. It doesn't overstay its welcome and stuff. Because heaven forbid if this shit was like 2 hours, I would be like, really, Steve? We're going 2 hours on this? Like, so. But anyways,
props to stunt actors and like rest in peace, Leslie Hamilton.
yeah. Dude, he's like, I'm just dead. I was like, yo, Steve, so you're just gonna just hit us up with Above the Law too? I was like, why? Why are we doing this stuff?
You know, here's the thing. Like I said, Steve is yet to give you my movie. I wanted the Emperor so badly. Ooh, I wanted that. I wish I never knew that information.
I mean,
We were supposed to get Genghis Khan, Steven Seagal. I will never let that go.
I mean, it's
we're
like that.
supposed to get Genghis Khan, Steven Seagal.
I mean, it's like what was the name of that fucking movie with the firemen?
What?
Far down below.
Yeah, Backdraft. They did a
Oh.
sequel to Backdraft, and they brought back one of the Baldwin brothers characters in the sequel, but he's only a minor character.
I think it was Billy that was in it.
Billy
Billy
came
was
back.
in that one.
Billy came back for the sequel. I'm like, oh, that's actually interesting. They're continuing it, and I'm like, he's just a cameo. What the fuck? The fuck? Really?
That's like doing it. That's like doing a sequel to Fled, and you just got a cameo of Lord Fishburne just randomly show.
Dude, it was the equivalent of fucking Drumline 2, and I was like, why the fuck is Nick Cannon here?
There's a Drumline too, and
Yes,
I have
there
not
is.
watched it. I won't watch it.
Yeah, they had a old girl that plays Storm as the lead character, so you already know where that's going.
The younger Storm, not Halle Berry. Right?
Yeah, not Halle Berry Storm, but the other light skinned Storm.
Jen, hey, hold on. This is my obligatory moment to tell y'all, Jen. If you're listening to this podcast, which I'm pretty sure you are, girl, I still want my $20 back for X-Men: Dark Phoenix. I haven't forgiven you. It's been 3 years. Where is my money?
You didn't have to.
And
watch
while
this,
we're
though.
at it,
One that is money.
while we're asking for our money back, Corey Feldman, can we get our 20 back?
What'd you do?
What? What Feldman? What did you do? He's a Corey. What did you do?
He's the
So
good
Corey,
Corey.
okay, to make a long story short, Corey Feldman was going to release a documentary last year, right before lockdown,
Literally the Monday before the lockdown.
and the entire thing did not. We gave $20 for nothing.
Oh, y'all paid for that? Wow.
Yes.
So what was that thing?
So
Was it that
you
thing
paid for a
that-
documentary the documentary equivalent of Firefest.
And it wasn't even like I thought, because you know what it was. I know what you're talking about because I assumed it was a documentary about him showing all like the Hollywood pedophiles, and I was like,
Yeah.
"We're about to blow the whistle on this shit."
Yeah.
And then I found out that wasn't a documentary at all. I'm like, well, what the fuck is a
So
documentary?
what did he
then?
do? So what was it about then?
I don't know. Look, the
That's
point
why I was
is, we
getting
got fired.
confused on
We
eBay. I
got
thought he
fired.
was exposing
We got
people.
fire fest. We got fire fested. Let's just keep it 100. We got fire fested.
Wow,
Hey,
damn.
Chris.
And the worst part about this is that me, Kabuto, and some of our homies who work behind the scenes and stuff, we had ordered Chinese food. We had
Wow.
soju. We was ready to watch this. Just we're
Right.
either gonna laugh or cry. Either way, we was ready to eat.
No. Hey, Fox, he was like this. I told you that nigga was touching little girls.
Oh, he was- look, I was ready to do it.
Hey,
So
Chris.
then we ended up spending like half an hour singing Rick Astley songs.
Yeah.
And then we just called an L and just watched Death of Superman Lives.
I mean, yo,
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Real quick, sir. So, God, just thinking about that. Damn, that really is a Firefest situation.
it really
First of all, if Corey Feldman was to put out that tell-all about all the pedophiles in Hollywood, he really wouldn't even need to make a documentary out of it at all. All he would need to do is take a scene out of a movie that we just talked about, The Legend of Legend of the Fist, right? Put out a kill list.
Just a kill list.
Just do a kill list.
Because there's a lesbian with blue hair named Vicky that is ready to kill people. So just give them the names.
Put out seriously. Put out
or a little Scottish girl, who goes Cersei Lannister, Joffrey Lannister, Gregor Clegane.
Hey, man, look. It's one thing. Here's how I knew the shenanigans when people were going against MJ. I was like, guys, all right, you don't have to believe Macaulay Culkin. That's fine. You might want to listen to Corey Feldman because no crazy white boy is just gonna come out and say some shit and have nothing to lose to say some shit. I'm just saying.
Somebody said this, and I had to be disgusted.
No, that's what makes it even funnier. Oh, sorry, D. That's what really makes it funny. Is when Corey Feldman says, "No, MJ didn't do shit."
All
And
right.
you still don't believe him. But you believe him but you believe him when he says, "Oh, these other motherfuckers though."
I know, right?
Now here's the thing that get me. That see that with Corey, it's like somebody like, man, wow, who wanted to molest Corey Feldman? You wasn't around the 80s with Corey Feldman. That was a dreamy 14-year-old that I'm pretty sure Harvey Weinstein was like, nah, I don't like bitches.
And Corey Haim. And don't forget Corey Haim.
I mean,
Corey
look,
Haim too. Look, and I hate to be that person. Technically, the reason why he's not here, he kind of went that way, was because he was molested. So,
I mean, look. I watched that Hulu documentary with Tiffany. On Punky Brewster, talking about growing up in Hollywood.
Yep.
I believe it. She hung around Corey. She hung around Corey Haim. She hung around a lot of those fucking them dudes. Like she knows. So
here's the thing. Here's the sick part. Like one of my favorite people. I always forget her name. I always butcher her name when I say it. Homegirl for iCarly. Yeah.
Miranda Cosgrove?
Yep.
Yeah. When she came out, like, yeah, all of the niggas at Nickelodeon disgusting.
Oh yeah,
Every one of them.
the dude that was part of all that, and I was like, oh, that ain't shocking. That ain't shocking at all.
Yeah. But all the tales you here's and the sad part is this, because it actually goes both ways. Number one, he's been investigated, nothing has been found. So a part of me thinks like there probably really isn't nothing to it. He's just creepy as hell. But then again, I think about Hollywood, because if you've been in the media any amount of time, you would know how fucked up it gets. So when you hear all of that stuff, it's like, oh yeah, and they're not telling you everything either. that's how it always goes, man. When it comes to when a truth get out there, it's always everybody always goes, that don't happen. That always happen. Because just be honest, we all selfish people. Look, I understand that, but I really want this next season of whatever show I like to come out. So you need to shut up for a second because we're trying to see how it finishes. Then we can deal with that producer.
But I will say this though, the director Andrew Davis, I gotta give him credit. He has a lot of great movies under his belt, man. The Fugitive, dog. You did The Fugitive, man.
This wasn't a lazy director, and you can kind of tell that he got a lot out of Seagal. So yeah. This is not a lazy dude, man.
Roger Ebert said it best, and this is very just perfect. Roger Ebert said this movie has so much plot more than what it needs.
Yeah. He's not
and I was
lying.
like, he ain't lied on that one. I was like, this movie was more overambitious than what it needed to be.
Again, I
You know-
checked out after the first hour until they brought up the actual plot again.
Like the CIA thing
Well-
is what he was probably talking about too, because I was like, all right, I guess it's sure. You
And like I went like probably about 30, 40 minutes into the movie and I cut it off last night. I was thinking to myself, I'm high as shit. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I turned it off. I watched it again this morning. Wait, what? Click. What? Wait a minute. Why are we over here now? Wow, there's just so much plot. There's so much plot for no damn reason, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying, like he did Chain Reaction, The Fugitive, was it Code of Silence, The Perfect Murder, Collateral Damage. Wow, he did do that.
Yep.
Holes, The Guardian. Like this guy, yeah, he's like I said, every movie that he's done, there's a level of like, yo, he has an idea and he directs the shit out of it, and it ain't lazy. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, gotta give him credit for that, you know. So but anyways,
Yep.
Fox, you wanna tell everybody where they can find you guys' material and such?
Yes. So, guys, as I said, we do our own video game podcast every weekend. The Scroll Game Podcast. You want to find us? You can find us on pretty much any podcasting site: SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker.audio, and Stitcher Radio. The Scroll Game Podcast. You can also find us on our Instagram at The Scroll Game Podcast, where we post highlights of the Scroll Game Podcast. And we're gonna be posting Aloe flexing his motherfucking PS5 on there soon. And this bitch, if you do it, okay, making sure.
Yo,
man,
he's gonna palm that
gonna
motherfucker.
unplug this. Yo, someone DM me to do this shit again. It's like, yo, I'm not gonna unplug this PS5 just to do this shit again.
Don't you fucking dare. Anyways, but yeah, you can follow us on our Twitter at Star Gaming. And if you want to follow all of us individually, you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram, the Rex_Fox, YouTube Rex_Fox, where I will be bringing back the Karen Wars show. And you guys are going to love that. And you can find me on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. Kabuto, where can they find you, dude?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. You can find me on Instagram at chrono_just_cosplay. And by the way, for all you Kamen Rider fans, the two of us have a review of the latest episode of Kamen Rider Saber tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yay.
And Outlaw, where can they find you, dog?
Y'all can find me on twitch.tv/allocate_indicate. And you can find me on Instagram at _allocate_indicate_.
Sweet. Great. Excellent.
Yes.
And
Yeah, that was awesome.
what's next on our journey at the beginning of this summer of podcasting, sir?
Oh my gosh, yes. I guess it would be the beginning of summer, and we're going to start off right with Gojira. We're starting off with Gojira. I mean, the classic Gojira from the 1950s.
Not that Perry Mason shit.
Well, we talk. No, sir. We will talk about Mr. Mason because he did a great job because if it wasn't for Mr. Raymond Burr, white folk would have not looked at they know.
What is this Japanese stuff? I think you know what?
What is all this?
Me and Prime did kind of mention that a little bit when we were talking about Ultra Q and stuff because they did reuse the Godzilla costume for one of the monsters in Ultra Q, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, white people probably weren't watching our
like
that.
Malagor from Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's like Ultra Q it came out during that same period of time that Gojira came out and stuff, and it was like, yeah, white people probably were not going to watch Ultra Q at all.
It's just one of those weird things how it all caught on, but Gojira was one of the really major things to really come over from Japan to America, especially post World War II. It was a really huge thing because at that time, Kawajiri movies were coming into America. The problem about that was a lot of people weren't going to look at, like I said again, Japanese films. All the big like directors and all the rest of that were highly influenced by Akira Kawajiri stuff. So, and it not just him, but all the stuff that Toho put out and they came over to America with all those monster movies. It was just a different way of American audiences seeing something that they didn't make, and it was just a brand new thing. So, like how all of us reacted the first time we saw anime, where it's like, whoa.
D, did you know
you can make their titties bigger? Wait a minute.
D, did you know that? From my understanding, Godzilla was actually retitled. Gigantus, the fire-breathing monster.
Yep, just to sell in America. So yeah, you're going to have a bridge. So yeah, it's for purists to say no, not the one with Raymond Burr. Sure, But real talk, if it wasn't for Raymond, there was no bridge to an American audience at the time. Audience meaning white people. So
Also,
there you go.
also the movie does look pretty crisp in Blu-ray.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it? It's actually amazing. It looks amazingly well
This is
for a
why
movie of that age to me, man.
it's exactly why I told everybody about Ultra Q. I was like, Ultra Q on Blu-ray, that should look fucking great.
One more thing
This is
on
what
me,
happens when you. This is what happens when you
on that
hold,
same level. On that same level, look at
the
any
original.
Kawajiri movie in Blu-ray. It looks the same way. Just
So this is
crisp.
what happens when you hold on to the film's original negative.
Mhm.
That shit looks great and excellent. So
Yes, it does.
but anyways, that is it. And thanks everybody for joining us on Twitch and YouTube and some people on Facebook and stuff. So we will catch you guys later. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Yes.